Joey's boys were in pink vests, by the way, just quietly. And, of course, you might have heard the trumpets, and there were palm leaves on the ground as he wandered in. He is the Messiah, and it is Matthew Kershaw, none other.
I'm not sure about the welcome, John, but I do appreciate it, even though I was late. 3 minutes to spare.
Yeah, well, the fan club were dropping palm leaves on the ground. All this.
Oh.
No, we've already lost Buzz.
Yeah,
He's gone.
Well,
He's gone.
The writing's been on the wall early with him trying to get the team list right. But, well, here we are, down at Drew Reserve.
Yes. Now, we must refrain you from giving your son 3 votes today, all right?
Yeah, right.
You've got to stop that.
I'll try and do my best.
Yeah, we've actually got the vote cards out, and his name's actually crossed out, so you can't even fill him in. So it's non-option.
He's back in some form, which is good. So hopefully he can jag a few votes today. Not off me, off you guys.
Well, I'll tell you what I like also. I like seeing St Mary's back in form too, because you want the best sides playing in the finals, and
yes.
I think they're certainly in the best 5. This mob out here, right in front of us, St Mary's boys.
Well, they've won the last 4 on the trot, is it? 4 on the trot, Buzz?
Yep,
yeah.
I think so.
I can't recall who they've beaten in those 4, but you still got to win the games of footy in a tight competition.
Well, one of them was South Barwon. That was probably the toughest opponent, I reckon, Buzz, was it not? Or
St Joey's?
No,
St
Mary's
winning the
sorry.
last 4. So.
Yeah, that was, if you look at the ladder-wise, South Barwon would have been,
Yeah. So they want a scalp, and are they? Is today the day to get Joey's, or is it a bad day to get Joey's on the rebound?
Yes, particularly after last week's effort, which lacked effort down at Colac, but take nothing away from Colac. I was down there as we spoke about. John and Colac were fantastic. So
big ground, that, Kirsch.
It is a big ground, and
I played on that ground for 11 years.
You ran out of puff a bit, I heard too.
Oh, no puff.
Quick rotations.
No, they didn't have rotations in those days, mate. So if you weren't going that well, you'd just sit on the pine.
Yeah, fair enough.
See you later, mate.
Yes. Actually, the facilities down there are fantastic now.
Yeah.
It was really good. So that's the first time I've been there since they've done it fully up. And really, credits to Colac down there. That's terrific.
Mate, I probably should have gone. As I said to you, my dad would have been 100 last Friday.
That, yes.
Yeah, so I probably should have gone down and just met a few of the old mates. And
well, 2 of your clubs and hitting out down Colac.
Yeah, that's it. They're playing for the Milky Money Cup.
Milky Money Cup, they were. But Colac were fantastic.
Mate, I rate them. I rate the Tigers.
They were actually... I went the early pre-season. I said it'd be Joey's Colac Grand Final.
Yeah.
That's looking pretty good.
And I probably agreed with you, I think.
I also had Andrew Bosley for the Coleman. That's also looking pretty good, so I know my stuff.
Went out on a limb there, did you?
Yeah. It's just he's in on the kick at the Bosley thing at footy at South Barwon too.
He's the only one that got a kick at 2 at the moment.
That's it. That's the thing. While we're on forwards, where's St Mary's goals coming from, boys?
Well, the majority of their goals are from midfielders, really, aren't they? And I know Bath's a small forward, but Paddy Dowling sort of plays up the ground a bit, and he's their leading goal kicker with 17. And if you have a look through it, Garner, Sherman, Maloney, they're sort of all their goal kickers. Walters, so
that's better.
Yeah, their goal
well
kickers.
Done, Buzz. Much better.
Goal kickers and midfielders really changing forwards, if that makes sense. So they do need a target down forward. So I don't know where they're going to get that from today. But
well, I'm looking at them here in front of us. You've got Reid, you've got Harry McMahon. He's one I haven't seen.
Yep.
One of the McMahons, Walters, and the other little fella. Oh, that's Lukey Barth. I shouldn't say little fella.
Kyle Reid, he played a couple of games for Geelong as 23rd man, and he played at full back. And he got shifted forward last week for St Mary's and kicked 4 1/4 and 5 for the game. So that's a bit of a switch. I was speaking to a couple of St Mary's guys before the game, Kirsch, and I don't think Geelong are too happy that he's playing down forward, as you know, as a VFL coach, when you're aligned with...
I'm just looking. Morrison's going straight to him.
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one.
Oh, hang on. There's 2 going to him. No, there's not. McNamara's going to him. So Morrison's going to Walters.
I don't have a 42. Oh, yeah, we do properly. We scrubbed him out.
We withdrew him, but we put him back in.
So going a spare, which is interesting early. 2 spares. What's happened here? 1, 2, 3, 4. They got their up around the wing.
Up around the wing.
Wings.
Yeah.
That's all right. No,
okay, who's 12 for Joey's will be?
Keris is wearing 53 too, not 40, guys, just so you know.
Keris.
And Caperon is 12.
Caperon is 12.
Yep.
What have we got him at 6, so 12.
You can do that, Milky. I'll start the game for us. Garner ridden into the turf early. No free kick doing for him. Umbers pile on with the ball up immediately.
Just a quick mention, Brant Haynes'
yes.
100th game today.
And his birthday, Kirsch.
And his birthday.
And I've already written 3 votes down for my love child.
Yeah, he was good last week and a loss as well.
Yeah, Banjanin wins that one, knocks it down. Ferguson leads in the race. He's knocked off it there by the St Mary's boys. They're having a real crack here. Leading is Walters. Should have kept going, son. Putting his head... Oh, he caught one high. It was Capron. No, nothing doing, said the umpire. He nearly ripped his head off.
Yeah, what's going on there?
Yep, should have got a free kick there. Got him real nice and high, but got away with it. So,
wow.
And in front of goal for St Mary's. So this could be very, very costly.
Moose Nolan's umpiring. He's got to be 75, doesn't he?
Up they go. Banjanin wins it again, puts in the path of Ferguson. Riley off the right boot. Just floats out. Haints there too with Kelleher. Kelleher, can he get his boot to it? Nah, the ball beats him over the bender on. Have a throw in on the outer side.
It's just pinch Jimmy Allen's number for the week. Van Tan Capron, he's out of the team. Interesting. Obviously the 6 is still in the wash. Keris, we'll see plenty of him today, as you will Riley Ferguson. Just dribbled one forward, but to no great advantage. Ooh. Strong gang tackle. Have a whistle too for a free kick. Can't see who was at the bottom of that pack.
One of the Maloney's.
Just trying to see. It's Kieran Paluris.
Oh, my neighbour. Lives nearly over the road from me.
Having a good year.
Good kick.
Oh, McCarthy!
Holy moly, did he get a ride?
But he was 16 deep.
Garrett's got his hands clear. Ferguson, another right foot kick to the teeth of goal. Good mark going back with the flight, Zach Sherman.
Sherman in the back pocket. He's as far away from us as possible. Buzz hands it to me, as he usually does. For a young fellow, he's quite smart. Goes into the pocket. Oh, yeah, big banjo. Comes over the top, knocks it to ground. No, they're all happy to let that roll over the ground, over the bender on. Been going 2.5 minutes.
Had to make a contest there, Brenton Rees, just at the mouth of goal. Can't just allow an uncontested mark in your forward 50.
Inclined to agree with there, Kirsch. You've got to make an effort going for the ball, as Sydney found at the 3/4 time siren last night.
Correct.
You just got to have a crack at it, haven't you? Ball at ground level. Oh, St Mary's play went in hard again. They're hitting the footy hard.
Yep.
The St Mary's.
We expect that early, I suppose, in this second instalment of the grand final replay.
That's it. The Catholics. A ground full of Catholics.
Yeah. Buzz really not happy with his headpiece today.
No, it's just come loose for the time being. Hines couldn't quite gather it cleanly in his 100th, as Kirsch has said.
He's holding it onto his ear. Come on, Buzz.
It's just dropped down, Milky. You might have to switch yourself up.
Yeah, he's gone. He's had enough. Nolan throws it up. How many times have we said that over the years?
Too many.
Yeah. Ball comes out loose. Oh, picked up on that occasion by Benson. Big hands. Sets St Mary's free. Into the path of Lukey Bath. Can't take the muck. Yes, keeps his feet. You've got to keep your feet. Runs towards goal. He's no one in the goal score. Just kicks to the left and a minor score. But the first score to Luke Bath. And St Mary's taken 3.5 minutes. They lead 1 behind to nothing.
Good lesson for the kids out there watching. John, you got to keep your feet there. Hickey went to ground. Bath kept his feet and obviously had a shot on goal inside forward 50.
Oh, they've coughed it up here. Garner, he will make St Joey's pay. Gets his hands across to Maloney. Maloney in turn across to Jack Blood. Into the Tudor over the top, but Garner stood his ground and I reckon he's paid him the mark. Tudor reckons he got a hand on it, but not so. Oh, Maloney. Doing dumb stuff like that, mate. Umpire will turn it over.
He'll get another couple of weeks, Maloney, for just stupid stuff that he does.
Yeah. Umpires will watch him. Plenty of mouthing off going out there.
Kershaw's giving him an absolute barrage.
Garner, he's 25 metres out, maybe not even that far. Man on the mark, he'll kick from 25. The man on the mark's about 22. In he comes, straight in front. First blood. Garner, a bit of a wobbler, but it's enough. Straight through the guts. Jared Garner kicks St Mary's, and the game's first at the 4.5 minute mark of this first quarter. 1-1 St Mary's. St Joey's yet to draw blood.
Interesting turnover in the back half, wasn't it? Like, if you're going to turn it over, you certainly don't want to be turning it over in the corridor like that short kick there.
Yep.
Yeah. Missed the target. Buzz. You're right. Garner will make him pay.
Yep. He's gone. Are you back with us, Buzz?
Just about. It's not sure what's happened to the old mouthpiece here, Milky. It's just wriggled free.
It's now 3/4 time.
Good start for St Mary's and Jared Garner. Tossed up. Hovey It'd be a good battle today between those two. Kick to half forward.
One-hander.
Lang. Good grab. Switches
so far.
the play immediately to Hall. Goes by hand to Duncan, a left footer. Wanted to get back onto it, so hands off to Welsh. Now Benson tries to bite off a interesting kick through the middle of the ground. Holcren's there. Good to see him back and going this season. And ball out of play.
He looks a bit short of a run last week against a better side. The run against Lara, and then against the better side. Just looked to run short, but he's out there. That's how we get his fitness.
Exactly. Boundary throw in. Hovey and Banjanin again. They'll do the majority of it, these two boys. Lands in the path of Ferguson on his favoured left this time, and it's laces out. Oh! Dufty Martin dropped it. Probably should have hung on to that one. The ball comes clear. Kelleher can't quite get a boot on it.
I'm hearing a lot of whistles.
Yeah.
Like a lot of whistles.
Yeah, well, you got the netball right behind us.
Netball on your ear.
Yeah.
So McMahon for St Mary's. It's Damien to Duncan in the back pocket.
They've actually retreated 30 metres there.
Geordie Duncan. Not a heap ahead for him, so just forced to dump it towards the line. Lang will fly early from the back. Couldn't quite complete the mark. Clean hands. Walters over the top to Benson in some space now. Drives one. Tudor was in the way. Good 1-2 grabber by Reid. Not sure why that's a mark, considering Tudor pretty much punched it into his hands. But anyway, old Luke Warren-Bath inside the forward 50. Here he is. Couldn't quite complete it. Blood, a little bit of fancy footwork. Dribbles one forward. St Mary's got the numbers. Tudor. That was a vital foot. Scrubbed it clear. We'll get to it in a second, Kirsch.
He's using both hands, Buzz. You got both hands going, Buzz.
Now Sherman will switch play and finds Conway just about.
Bringing it back though.
This umpiring is just out of control at the minute.
Blood got one high. And St Mary's had the footy. Didn't give them the advantage. They were actually setting something up there. So now St Joe's have had a chance to go back and man them up as Blood goes into the pocket, looking for Reid, or goes to one hand. And it goes over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in as Buzz having a war with his headpiece.
Might need to swap it quarter time.
Yeah. I think it'd be more entertaining if you just leave that one on.
It's been entertaining so far.
Yeah.
So tossed in about 10 metres around from home.
Oh, there's a free kick. But
brother Conway
your brother
wins the ruck down. Holcren's just come onto the field, and look at this. He's got an acreage to work with, Reece Holcren.
Oh, and look at Dufty
Clever
Martin.
left foot ball. Martin Dufty, can he gather it down in time?
Yes,
he does. And he kicks St Joey's first goal.
Well, interchange is a fortune, I suppose.
Absolutely.
Which was surprising if you think about that interchange when the ball's being played in the forward half of the ground, which means every player was in the forward half of the ground, which means you're 17 v 18 on the interchange.
Yep.
Think about that.
Yeah,
loose man somewhere.
Yeah, that's it.
Which was an interesting time to interchange.
Yes.
I know there was a turnover, but yes.
Very interesting.
Indeed.
But it paid off.
It did pay off.
And good to see Reece Holcren. he's cracked it. Buzz has cracked it. I'm not putting up with this rubbish. So he's unplugged himself, and perhaps you can just go up top with the cameraman, Buzz, and talk in his ear. Yeah. Over the top goes Conway, knocks it to ground, gets one in the back, does Keris. Yep. That's right, we're in 53. Keris goes towards Hovey, doesn't take the mark, gets almost got the old arm chopped there anyway. And it goes to Kershaw into the pocket. A bit of mark.
Lang's got good hands today, hasn't he?
That's another good mark to Lang. Tommy, back pocket, taking his time. Having a look around, he goes across the face of goal. Well, gee whiz, Travellini, as he gets belted in the head by the headset, he in turn finds the footy and he goes to Ben Morton.
50.
Cool. Who's the 50 against?
Don't know, but
Reese. He's come running back.
3 umpires here. Do you need 3 umpires on this ground?
Not sure. Tudor should have the sit on this. Doesn't take the mark though. Comes to ground level. Sorry, at ground level is. Was that Welsh? It was Welsh. Sorry, comes out towards Hovey, the 2 number 8s. He tries to knock it, then he goes off the ground. That's the second one of those we've seen from St Joey's. Yep. Just the old drop kick.
He nearly follows it up.
Goes wide. St Mary's in a tackle. Did he get one high? No. Yes, he did, says the umpire. Went to ground and copped it high. That's
Dean Gore.
Dean Gore for his. This is his debut, is it not?
Yeah, it's his third game in 2 years with Dean Gore. Travellini.
Geez, your headset's working now.
With the footy at half forward. Bath, not the tallest target. Morrison just dumps it out of trouble for the time being. Bounce doesn't really favour Travellini. Rees does a good job. Finds Kershaw by hand.
Loops one over the top. Not his greatest kick. Lang has started the game well, as Kirsch has said. Travellini goes back to Sherman, who squares up now to Damon McMahon.
Numbers on the outer side.
They have it. McMahon decides to take a bounce.
Not
Goes
sure you
very,
go there,
very wide. Comes out wide to Pritchard. Pritchard chips it over the top to Garner. He's taking plenty of room on this ground. Or a bit of a shove from Tudor. Got away with it. On Lukey Bath. Gets a handball, does Bath. Goes towards goal. Does he get St Mary's second? He likes it.
Too many going to ground. Joey's?
Yep. Went to ground again. That's Bath kicked 1-1. Garner's got the single one. They've both been involved in both scoring opportunities. 2-1 St Mary's 13. They lead St Joey's 1 straight at about the 12-minute mark of this first quarter. And they've been really good so far, St Mary's.
Well, the difference is their possession's clean, and St Joseph seem to be under pressure every time with their kick. So they're really putting the pressure on them at the moment when they've got ball in hand.
Just phone's on silent when you're on air. Thanks, Milky. We've done this for 80 years. You probably should know.
Well, someone sent me a message, so it'll be someone being a smarty pants.
Back in the middle. Good start by St Mary's this. Adams. Good guy to come back in. Reed Adams drives a right football inside 50. Duncan cops a bad bounce. Anderson drives away through. Ball spills clear. McMahon happy to see it over and do for a rush behind.
All right, I should. Doesn't appear on your sheet, Buzz, but it's there somewhere. Out of full-back, Travellini goes wide, finds Sherman right in front of the scoreboard that reads 13, plays 7 at the almost 12-minute mark. I think I said that a minute ago, but anyway. Out wide. The ball is with, I reckon, Gore again. Yes, Dan Gore, the little redhead fella. Goes along the boundary line, looking for and finding Conway.
Muscle there.
A big boy, very tall. How tall is he, Buzz? Have to be
tall.
He looks, he's head and shoulders even above Banjanin. Comes along the boundary line. Oh, up uncontested is Hickey.
James Hickey with the footy. Half back. Good option too. Finds the running man, Paul Dreyer. Not much on, so just goes back to Zach Morrison. Finds Reed Adams now. Back to full fitness, as I mentioned. Umpire calls play on with that short footy to Al Hickey. So drives it to half forward. McCarthy and Hall go to battle. That'll be a good contest throughout the afternoon. Hall does a good job gaining a bit of yardage and then taps it forward as well.
Go to ground.
Handball over the top now. Walters with the footy. Tucked in on the boundary at Drew Reserve. To half forward. Kyle Reid did a good job. McNamara did even better.
Yep. Good. Went the body, stood his ground. Did really well. Goes in front of us here. Goes to Jans. Jans now then has Capra on his own. On his own. He's even a bit like Benny Capra. Adams goes along just a bump ball, trying to get around his opponent. Oh, back to Adams, back to Ferguson. Out again. He goes to is that Anderson out there? Goes the kick along the line, fisted away at ground level. Turnover. St Mary's. Oh no, it isn't a turnover. Ferguson's back in there. Where's the whistle?
It was a free kick for a hold. Milky just brought down after he got rid of it.
Okay, that was some time ago.
Yeah, it was a late whistle.
That's 2-3 plays ago.
This is going to Ben Maloney. Geez, him and Keris head-to-head today is a one to watch, isn't it? Rees was caught by Garner, but just got his kick away in time. Hickey just burst away through to the milestone man and birthday man, Brent Haints, to half forward. His kick misses the target, and Dan McMahon chops off, enjoying a good season. Averaging 24 touches this year, Milky, thanks to the TAC stat tracker. Copley, inboard. Need enough kick to Welsh. Handball was hot for Benton. Still got his handball clear. Geez, lukewarm Bath's enjoying a bit of freedom at half forward. Got his handball clear. Gore. What can he do at ground level? McMahon loops one. Maloney tries to fend off in the handball at the same time.
Yep. Brand Hates rightly looked at the umpire and said, hang on a minute, mate. You can't do both. The umpire just let it go. And that's the difference. They're umpiring to different levels, these umpires. They follow the same code, boys.
Yeah. One started in 1963, so the rules will be different.
Conway wins that one, knocks it down. And as far as Gore, over the body, he goes and finds yet another. That's Jack Walters. Sorry, I thought that was the McMahon, but it wasn't Jack Walters. Walters spots. I must have a premonition. He was going towards McMahon, was he not? And ball comes out. Capron comes out to Tudor. Tudor around the body he goes. Not looking for anyone particular. But coughed it up as Welsh stands his ground and takes the mark.
Good mark by the St Mary's skipper. Squaring boys, got a couple to pick from. One of them is Jack Blood at half forward. Feigns the handball. Can he go for home from here, Jack Blood? From the pay to 50, yes he can!
Goal umpire did not move.
A third for the Saints.
So 3-1-19 St Mary's. They lead St Joseph's 1-1-7 in this Battle of the Catholics. 15 and a half gone.
Worrying signs for Joey's at the moment. When they just can't get ball in hand, and when they do, their kicks are going, or their handballs are under pressure. They're not actually hitting targets. Their efficiency's low.
Yep.
And they've got no method at the moment.
Yes, not good. Coming back on the back of last week. Sorry.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Up they go again. Banjanin gets a hand on it. Out of the middle goes Garner. Just a quick kick. Oh, and Bath actually made a path for him then, Capron.
He looks disinterested, Capron, when he plays at this level.
Yeah, okay.
He does. He actually does look disinterested. And I can't understand why, but...
I don't care what the level is,
Yeah,
Kirsch,
I know,
but I'm saying if you give him any side a head start, you just got to do something a little bit different. And here he goes, hands off to Travellini. Travellini unloads, goes towards goal, reads the only target, and St Joseph's fist it through, bounces off the goalpost. Kershaw plays on, goes straight to Hickey. And Hickey decides to go out to Ferguson on his favoured left. Play on is the call.
He didn't go off his line though, so it's not actually play on.
Goes to Duffy Martin. He's got it half back. Haven't really gained a lot of ground. Goes to Capron. Got the footy points to the mark. They really need to keep possession here, St Joey's, don't they?
Well, it's 5 possessions and they're just outside 50.
Capron drives it from half back to half forward. McCarthy didn't fly. Bundled out of there by Duncan, I think it was, in the long sleeves. Geez, Capron launched, then ripped down in a strong Jacob Welsh tackle. You'd hate to be tackled by him, let me tell you. Hickey, another strong tackle on Walters and with the ball up.
Capron was behind then and went the mark, you know.
Yep.
Doesn't matter if it's under 12s or GFL seniors, you still got to give that punch from behind.
Just anyone else get the feeling Kirsch isn't his biggest fan?
No.
One down by a man, Shannon. Ferguson. He's dangerous in space.
Kick smothered though.
Yep. Holgren was ridden into the turf by Duncan and the ball out of play on centre wing.
He's actually a really nice fella.
Could it get the impression he won't get an invite down to North Melbourne anytime soon?
No.
Boundary umpire to throw it back into play. Hovey and Banjanin. Hovey grabs it out of the ruck, then throws it on the boot, round the body, big bounce, clears the St Joseph's player, comes over the head to the running Travellini. Can he pick it up? Decides to hack it off the ground. Oh, Haynes let it through that and got caught. Never really had possession,
good
but
call.
he, yeah.
700 metres away, but good call.
Harry McMahon squares it up to Benson. Good young player, this guy. He's just backward to the centre. Looks for Copley, who's got a bit of yardage on Capron. It is a fantastic kick. Hands off to Bath, who's really causing some issues. Wobbles one inside 50. It was an awkward one for Palieris. Reed. Little one over the top. Gee, that's either a very good kick or a bit of luck to Travellini, but doesn't matter. Over the top and finds Sherman.
He's just playing zone-off football again, same as last week. St Joseph's not defending their man.
So Zach Sherman loves a goal, we know that. Still a good player, 9 goals this season.
It's they're really playing possession footy and they're unmanned, so it's making it nice and easy for them, isn't
Absolutely.
it?
So Zach Sherman, he'll kick from just inside 50. In he comes, wants it to come back. He's got it, he's got it. It's a 4th for St Mary's. What a start by the visitors.
Wowee. 4 goals to 26. That's St Mary's. They lead St Joseph's 1-1-7. And it's all been one-way traffic, hasn't it?
Yep. I'd like to see the inside 50s because I reckon they'd almost be even, yet the efficiency inside the forward 50 for St Mary's is second to none. I reckon that's their 5th mark inside forward 50 for the quarter. Every rebound is going into St Joseph's forward line. Where's
Wilbur when you need him?
Yeah, true.
Where is he?
And
Buzz decides to give him a day off. The biggest day of the year, and Buzz says have a day off. No, but go and we'll do Port Arlington and Mottawarri next week. You better come and do that.
Yeah, it just doesn't quite get in the 18. Nah, he's doing a great job.
Get back to the reserves. Wilbur.
Sometimes you just need a spell at 12 o'clock, Milky.
Oh, geez. Ferguson taken possession, then wrapped up straight away. And why wasn't the whistle blown straight away? Why did he have to wait? Don't know, Kirsch.
You're
Don't know
asking
about
us
that.
to get in the head of an umpire.
Well, we need him though, mate. We don't have a game without him.
Don't start that, John. Come on.
We don't have a game
all
without
people, you're saying that. Jeez.
I've been listening to Gil all week. Me and Gil have been emailing each other. Or faxing. Back in the day, faxing. Ball comes out to Banjanin. He's dispossessed. Still at St Joseph's half forward. They're really having trouble scoring here, St Joey's. Comes out to Ferguson. Quick hands out to Haints. Handballs it across to Adams. Adams, a bit of an up and under kick to no one in particular. Oh, good mark.
Travellini started well, but he played on, I reckon.
He definitely played on.
Oh, umpire.
Jeez.
He got that wrong because
he 100% played on.
Actually put his hands in the air, and he was the secondary umpire.
No, that was a very bad call.
Travellini, no one's on the mark, so we can get some extra yardage if he wants. He started the game well, Jesse Travellini, too. Off half back. Where does he go? He heads towards us. Funny looking ball to Reed. McNamara got his fist in. Jans. Little one to James. Hickey in the back pocket. Little bit of a wrestle between Reed and McNamara. Hickey over the top. That's a lazy kick.
It was a shocking kick.
And then nearly nutmegs Martin Dufty and the ball out of play.
They're all over the shop at the moment, aren't they?
They are.
St Joseph's.
All the energy and enthusiasm's all with St Mary's.
Yep.
You can just... The body language is horrible from St Joey's at the minute.
Yep. I haven't seen them like this for many a year. Last 2 weeks.
Hobie goes at it with the boot in the end, then copped one high. The umpire says free kick to Josh Hovey. I think it was an accidental contact, but still a free kick. He's at half back. Desperately needs to hit a moving target, someone who's actually out on their own. The only option is Hickey, who should get the mark or the free. Either way, even if he hadn't marked that, he would have got a free kick. He in turn goes wide to McNamara. McNamara was looking to play on, but decided not to. Goes back to Hickey. They've got nowhere to go, Joey's.
Just chipping it around at the moment.
Yep.
And Hickey goes to Hovey. Just had enough to get over the head of McMahon. He goes short to Jans, who has to stretch and takes a pretty important grab in the end at half back. Little one over the top. Does it have enough juice? It does. Just to Dufty.
The old Dufty Martin.
Looks a lot like Brant Haynes, doesn't he?
He's just taller.
Oh, by a fraction. Maybe.
He looks like the bloke off that. What's that?
Down the line, not sure what you're talking
That
about.
cartoon.
Good grab by...
Shaggy. He looks like Shaggy.
He does a little bit, actually.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Scooby-Doo.
Now McCarthy chisels one. Hall dropped the mark. Holgren handball over the top, missed the target. Maloney swooped in. Lang. Has he hurt himself, Tom Lang?
Jeez, he just went to ground.
No, I think he's all right. I think he's got back up.
See the forward line synergy there? It's just a handball in hope that was.
Jeez, load up this end next quarter. Well, they'll be able to hear us.
Yeah, well, I need a bit of a...
Banchanan knocks it down. Oh, brought to ground there. The St Joey's who was front and square. Round the corner goes Dufty. Bouncing ball at the back, Kelleher. So to Pelioris. Kelleher goes around the body. He's pretty happy. I reckon he's kicked it.
To work hard for that one, didn't they?
They didn't they, ever?
Back of a stoppage.
It is the 23-minute mark, and that is St Joseph's second goal. I would suggest that's the first time that's happened this year, Buzz. 23 minutes to kick 2 goals.
Yeah, I reckon it might have been less than that at Colac last week.
Okay, so it's the second time. Okay.
2 weeks, maybe.
Yeah.
I'd have to have a look at that, but I remember it wasn't very... they weren't playing real well last week either in the first quarter.
Lot of. I just noticed they interchanged 3 St Joey's players, and every single one of them had their hands on their head.
Yeah. Well,
So it's not as though they're not running, but they're all just running to the wrong spots.
Yeah, at the moment they are.
Yeah.
And they're getting made to work extra hard too because of the pressure being applied to them by St Mary's.
So back in the middle. Banjanan and Hovey go at it. Jeez, Adams came charging through. Then it's a St Joey's player who's down the middle. Ball to half forward. Morrison through his hands. Tudor will be first on the scene. Does a good job. Paddles it. Copley ahead of McNamara and the ball out of play.
Who was that in the middle that went down?
Tudor went to ground. Is that what you meant?
No, who went in the head clash with Adams and...
Might have been Al Hickey.
Oh, was it? Okay.
He's just wandered over.
Yep.
Has gone the buzz cut too. Who was saying
Yes,
that?
that's what it was. Yes, that's how I couldn't work out who it was.
Tossed in. Reed doing the ruck work for St Mary's. Gore probably should have gone, but Morton found a way through. Garner, not a man you want to give some space to. That's nearly hit the cameraman, I reckon.
Yeah, out in the full.
Well, they didn't really work that out too well then, but they...
I'm not sure what's good. Do they think it's a point?
Yeah, Benny McNamara did, and Jordan Kerris was reminding him that...
So McNamara goes to...
That is not... That's got... Oh,
goes to virtual fullback. Geez, dangerous kick.
Oh.
Jans had to show a good pair of hands and did.
Good work from Shooter. That was something you were taught in school. Block, just block, just seal off that no one gets past you.
McNamara.
Back to where we started, Buzz.
Yep.
They are. He looks out towards Anderson, but he'll go further than that to Alex Hickey, who's in a bit of a wrestle and thumped away by Tom Lang.
He's had a good start to the game, Tom Lang.
Good player when he's fit. He's struggled with injury a little bit recent times, but played a bit for Geelong last year, Kirsch, and showed a bit.
Certainly did. Just on that switch there, you know, if you're going to switch, you've got to keep going to the outer side where the numbers aren't. Come back in board, and all of a sudden we're kicking back to St Mary's.
They're back in attack. Benson heads towards Luke Warmbath. You've nicknamed him. Lukey Bath gets the staggers. Oh, I'm not certain he went out of bounds. But anyway, boundary umpire's called it out, and we'll have a throw in.
Only calling that because that's his Instagram handle.
Is it really?
Luke
Warmbath.
Luke Warmbath.
Actually, a couple of years ago I said to him, geez, Luke, you're carrying a few kilos. And did he get upset?
Did he?
Woo-hoo.
I actually had a night out with him after they won the St Mary's Grand Final a couple of years ago up in Darwin.
He spent his footy. Oh, Gore, does he take the advantage here? He does, and he's kicked it. The first goal in St Mary's colours for Dean Gore.
And everyone's confused as to what is the free kick about. Look. And...
Yep. Not sure that was... I don't know. It was obviously a ruck infringement, but not sure. All you call buzz was Reed goes the ruck for St Mary's, and from there it was a free kick. So, but anyway, it's the 23-minute mark. St Mary's are 5-2-32. They're leading St Joseph's 2-1-13. And it is really ordinary signs for St Joseph's at the minute. Hovey jumps early, can't quite get it, gets on the secondary tap. Leading in the race there is Callagher. Can't quite trap it. There was a netball whistle then. I just thought he'd blown a whistle there, umpire. Hovey attacks the footy, takes a bloody strong chest mark there.
It's this kick here.
Yep,
See, what's the point of that?
Goes to Tudor. Tudor's got over to McNamara, in turn over to Morrison, but it doesn't get to him. So it's put him under enormous pressure. It's out the back. It comes across to Walters. Walters finds Reed. No, he doesn't find him because he drops it. Let off there, St Joseph's.
So this is the play we're looking at where Hovey takes a mark on the centre wing. Yep. One kick away from inside 50. We've now retreated to the back pocket where St Joseph's now transferred the pressure 70 metres behind them.
There we go. Thumped away by Conway. Hickey paid the mark. Alex Hickey. He's the sort of guy you look for to make a bit of a stand when the team's under pressure. Hickey, that third quarter in that grand final will stay in the memory for a while. Big contest there on centre wing. Couple of St Mary's boys a bit sore. Blood lays the block for Travellini. Keep an eye on who that player down is.
I reckon it's Lang. He was hanging on to McCarthy as if for support almost.
Gore switches it to Garner, enjoying a prolific season. Swings it wide. Geez, Bath's getting off the chain here.
Isn't he?
He drives it to Reed, who's got the
set. Out of bounds.
So he's kicked it from out of bounds. Is that not out in the full? Or?
He's called some dubious decisions. I know he's closer than us, but...
It must have been out of play.
Didn't think he was
I'm not sure. That's twice on Lukey Bath. I'm pretty sure he'd know whether he's in or outside the ground. That's twice.
He's probably the most experienced player out there, almost, Lukey Bath.
Yeah, I find that a bit difficult to believe. But anyway, they've got it. We don't have him, Kirsch. We don't have a game. So there's something positive from me. That's all you're getting to, by the way. They do leave you befuddled, though, don't they? Hey?
Oh, they leave everyone frustrated. That's what they do.
I was trying to be polite. Yeah. Befuddled.
Befuddled's not even a word, I think. But anyway.
Dusty Martin. Oh. Well, we're going to find out who that character is off Scooby-Doo.
Shaggy.
Shaggy. It's Shaggy.
It's just Shaggy.
Ball comes. Is that his name?
Yeah.
There goes the siren. I'm pretty sure I know which group's pretty keen to hear that.
Yeah.
And it would be St Joseph's. So at quarter time, it is St Joseph's 2-1-13. They're doing all the chasing, and it's St Mary's 5-2-32.
sort of off their opponent on a loose zone style St Joseph's. So St Joseph's really have to go back to a bit of old school man on man, I think, and just get a little bit more defensive minded first, and then create. And that's all over the ground. That's not just at just in their forward half of the ground. But I just think their spread's killing St Joseph's at the moment, and St Joseph's can't go with them.
Did you call Jacko Davis at all in that quarter? Buzz?
No.
I don't reckon I did either.
No, he actually drifted down to the half back there for a while too, which he's done most of the year, but the last 2 weeks he hasn't. And I did see him in the back half of the ground this week. I don't know whether his opponent brought him forward or whether he just did that himself. So,
look at that huddle there at centre half forward.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting
12
huddle.
blokes in a, almost like it's still the quarter time huddle.
I don't know whether they're going to press into the centre square or they're going to...
But look at the other end.
Yeah, that's
open
right.
as a,
It'd be interesting to
jeepers.
see this tactic.
Up they go. Banjanin wins it. Goes the double tap. Knocks it clear almost. They're still in contention. Oh, almost a mark there to Reese. Just puts the hands up, tries to claim it, but umpire now he's got a free kick for too high. Or was that a kick for just effort, that he thought he did a good effort trying to mark that, but he gave him a free kick anyway. He wouldn't know, I think. So Reese on the wing.
Still huddled.
Oh, just a big up and under. Mung. Up they go. Paliuris only fly for St Joey's. Comes back to Haints, the birthday boy. He puts it out in front of Dufty Martin. And
been a few of those, Kirsch, just kicks that haven't found a target.
Yeah, but he looked up then. So this is interesting to the tactic that we just saw, that set up there and that centre bounce. He looked up and there was nothing to kick to.
That's it.
Because everyone was still huddled 35, 40 metres out. So he had to go sideways, which is interesting.
Tossed in, Banjanin and Hovey do battle. There's a whistle for a hold, I think, against the Joey's ruckman.
Yeah, he does.
Giving away a bit of size.
That's his third.
Shavy. Geez, 6 under the jumper. Andrew giving a bit of a dry. Short ball to Travellini. Don't have stats on hand, but he'd nearly be in double figures already, Jesse Travellini, possession-wise. He's at half-back. Al Hickey corrals him and then goes in the smother, but couldn't quite shoot us down there. Had an air swing with the fist. Oh, geez, collared was Matt Copley. And he was off a free kick for the Saints.
Copley's on half forward, between half forward and centre wing, out of side. Just a little chip kick over to an unmanned St Mary's forward. Look at the difference. Oh, sorry, that's Dean Gore, the young fella. On go, just kicks into centre half forward. Banjanin shoves his opponent out of the way. Ball comes out the back to Tudor. Spearing pass, gee whiz, to Paliuris. Hits him, laces out. He's got Ferguson. He ignores him. He's got McCarthy calling it for further down.
This is the difference here.
And now he goes to Hickey. Oh, good work there from the leader in Al Hickey. Gets around one, gives it to Ferguson. Ferguson's kick goes to nobody. There's Brand Haints, left to do all the work. Callagher to help him. Goes around one, goes around two. A little Mung to Davis. Gee whiz. They made that really hard when it could have been so easy.
Well, the kick went to nobody in particular.
Jacko Davis, your best kick in the comp. Kick the bloody goal, son. Don't be looking at giving it off to anyone.
No. No. If anyone should be giving the ball off to Jacko Davis to
That's
kick the goal
correct.
inside 450.
One of the most reliable in the comp. He has shot 2.5 minutes in this second quarter.
I know it's a big statement. This is a huge goal in the scheme of the whole game. Yeah.
And he comes, head over the footy. Goal. I'm watching the goal umpire. He hasn't moved. It's a goal. And as we suggested, get the ball in his bloody hands and he'll kick you the goal.
It was quite funny. Dufty did all he could then to put him off, because as he's coming in for his kick, he's tried to lead.
Yep. So, on the Harvey Norman scoreboard, 3-1-19 St Joseph's. They trail, yes, St Mary's, 5-2-32. Very, very important goal, that one, Kirsch.
Yeah, just that kick into that forward, or that contest there just outside forward 50. It took Brant Haynes to actually come and make a contest 1-on-2 to actually try and get the ball continue to move forward.
I don't like this huddle here, mate.
No,
I don't like it at all.
Not liking it at the minute.
Banjanin won it down. Gore, geez, that gather was clever. Garner.
Torpedo!
Tumbles one. It was a reverse torp. Geez, that's a free kick to Capron. Should have been for in the back. Reed tucked in on the fence.
Well, he had numbers in the corridor then. He should have centred that.
Should have. Through for a minor score. Just keep an eye on Ben Maloney and Jordan Kerris. Severe bit of verbal warfare between those two when Jacko Davis was having the shot. There's much love lost between those two.
I don't think there's many love lost between any of the St Joseph's players and Ben Maloney. Buzz.
Correct.
Capron takes a good grab at half back.
That's a good grab from the kick out. He goes down the line. finds Paliuris, I think that is, way down there, just in front of the change rooms. In turn, he goes to Tudor. Tudor, they just little chip kicks.
Yeah, but I suppose the difference is they're maintaining a little bit of possession.
A little bit. This time he goes the long bomb to a massive pack. And what a great grab. Great grab there to Geordie Duncan. Put the big long sleeves up and just land on his butt too, just quietly. I think he knew he hurt himself. Garner to cross to his teammate there in Benson. Benson
great
down the line.
He's got a nice leg
that
on
laces out. Oh, I thought he was going to pay him 50. Reed up and about. Goes little spearing pass into the pocket. But Tudor stretches those big arms of his and takes a mark. Out of sight he goes.
Goes to Paliuris. Got some space to work in. Goes inboard. Geez, swooping in late was Lang. Won it down. Sherman loops on over the top. Has Harry McMahon with him in half forward. Kirsch.
Holmgren had to come at the ball.
Had to. Stood still. Had to, yeah.
McMahon squares it up. Dangerous kick. Copley does a good job. Takes a mark at centre half forward.
Maloney's having trouble.
To Sherman. Long ball. Walters flew very, very late. McMahon couldn't gather. Walters comes in again. McNamara pleading his innocence. And we'll have a ball up.
Well, I said about Maloney, there was a attempted spoil and to Copley, and he just shoved, I think it was your son, shoved him to the ground.
Yep. Probably nearly could have been reversed. But
Yep. Up we go again. Banjanin knocks it down, trying to get into Kershaw. Good hands out. He comes to Jans, dispossessed. Or did he have it at all in the first place?
It's a free kick all day.
Comes into the top of the square. Tudor has to wait for it. Rees is there. Gives him a chop out. Gets it across to Kershaw again to Tudor. Tudor's hands across to Hickey. Hickey gets it back to Tudor. This time keeps his feet. Oh, they're in trouble here. Right hard up against the fence. Umpire has...
He's paid it. He's paid holding the footy, has he? Against Caperon?
No, he couldn't have.
No. Sorry.
Out of bounds. Yeah. Called out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, the pressure was fantastic from St Mary's, and their frontal pressure is enormous at the moment.
Tostan in a great spot for St Mary's, who lead 5-3 to 3-1 at this stage. Kerris finds James Hickey by hand, who just forced to clear it, but Riley Hall eat them all day. He feigns a free kick against Curtis McCarthy, but the umpire doesn't fall for it. Riley Hall wheels and goes as deep as he can. Bath flew from the back. Reed couldn't gather. McNamara stripped of it. Cries a ball. Gore couldn't collect. Geez, Heinz was just bundled out of the way. And
they went at Heinz before he even took possession. That was very interesting there.
Yep.
I think it was young Benson.
Yep.
Just went straight at him.
They did that at the start of the granny too last year and the year before. And didn't quite work for him.
Top of it's 50 out from the St Mary's goal. They're got all the answers at the moment.
They certainly
trying to crash his way through his Garner. I think that was. Ball comes out. Oh, I reckon that was Reese trying to get his way through, but he left the footy behind. Stacks on. Still, at this time, 60 out from the St Mary's goal. Umpire says, give it to me. And we will have another ball up. Umpire Nolan's picked something up. He's calling
I think his false teeth fell out.
Throwing something. What's that? A bit of paper. Are you serious? Get a bit of paper off the ground.
Tossed up.
Unbelievable.
Balls at just about centre half forward for St Mary's. Banjanin. Tudor though for St Joey's. James Hickey extracting it. Nice footy to Dufty. What did you call him?
Scooby Martin. Scooby-Doo.
Shaggy, sorry. Down the line. Too easy though for Geordie Duncan to swoop in. Takes a mark in front of Curtis McCarthy.
Down. Oh, they're losing some fluency going forward, aren't they?
Yep.
Goes short.
Massive issue. Holgren's just not hitting up at the ball at all at the minute.
Goes short to Benson. Squares it to Riley Hall. He's got Damon McMahon further afield, who he finds now. He's forced to stretch. Got Bath again leading for him, but goes shorter than that to Gore. Dean Gore. First game in the GFL. Short ball to Pritchard. Left footer from Yarrawonga. Goes back again to Riley Hall.
2 on 1 here.
And finds Zach Sherman.
Jeez, he almost got away with a spoil there, McCarthy. McCarthy and Sherman. Sherman has it in the back pocket. He gets around McCarthy. And cops it from the crowd. Down the line he goes. Tudor's pushed out of the contest. But goes to ground, as much to Kirsch's disgust. Ball's handballed over to the back of the pack, and the runner's on the boundary line, but the umpire saying throw it in, even despite the appeals for a deliberate.
It appears contagious, the old go to ground. I can't really say that we've called St Mary's going to ground much, but St Joseph's...
I reckon they have gone to ground.
No, they've just kept their feet all day.
Tossed in, Conway reached over the top, but Palihuris trying to barge his way through. Anderson haven't called his name much.
No.
Couldn't gather cleanly and the ball out of play.
And that's just those going forward, like Anderson and Dufty are getting ball sort of defensive side of the ground.
Yep.
And then when they look up to hit up, there's nothing there to hit up. So...
Well, look where they all are.
Yeah. Well,
pull
Dufty's
back.
up the stoppage.
Why don't they come back?
The throw-in favours Hovey, who double palms it down, but Sherman for St Mary's. Adams...
this kick here.
Yep.
Just hacks it to half forward. Riley Hall, nearly the best hands in the business.
Yep.
Goes over the top. Runners on the outer side. One of them's Copley. Couldn't complete the mark. Has to be clean and was. Handball was hot for Tom Lang, who couldn't gather quite clean enough. Numbers now swarm in and we'll have a ball up.
What do they spread? Just get out of there. Every time it seems to be just kick into a contest.
I don't know.
Look, here they are now. What happens if the ball comes out of there?
It's a change.
Where do they go?
It's definitely a changed method in the last couple of weeks, and I don't know what's the purpose of it.
Ball comes out of that. Ball up, comes out to Adams, gets one. No, he doesn't get one high. It's a really good tackle from Welsh.
Yep.
Could have got him high, but decided to go low and got him right around the guts.
Yep, got his levels correct.
Yep, perfect. Umpire has to ball it up. A bump as the St Mary's backline are sorting out what's going on.
Anderson does go in the ruck.
Using the ruck.
This time against Conway. Kelleher wrapped up, making no great
blow your whistle, mate.
effort to get rid of it. Jeez, Kirsch on edge today.
Yeah, but they just grind my gears. Like, just.
Tossed up. Anderson and Conway do battle again. Pritchard, strong tackle on Haynes, who still gets his handball clear. Kerris, Ferguson, chipping right foot ball. McCarthy up early. The fist falconed him in the end. Blood got his hands clear. Travellini couldn't quite. Geez, Travellini went flying then too. Dreyer eventually bundles Jack Blood out of play.
They are hard at it at the moment, St Mary's. Really hard at it.
Yep, they're certainly up for the contest, aren't they?
Yep.
Jared Garner and Jordan Kerris at a stoppage. A bit of a treat.
Yep.
In it goes. Holgren does the ruck work and wins it. Garner kicks it just quickly off the stoppage. At the back, almost ran straight past it, did Anderson, but hang on, what happened? What happened there? Did it come off his boot?
They kicked it.
They kicked it. So it must have come off Anderson's boot as he crossed the line. That's all that could have happened, but I thought he missed it altogether. But anyway, so it's down to half forward for St Mary's. Comes squared up. Oh, good mark. A really good mark by Jacko Davis.
There's no spread here.
Over the waiting
got nothing to
Sherman. There is nothing in the forward line.
We're going to kick it to one-on-one Riley Ferguson, the smallest bloke on the ground.
Oh, good. Free kick, advantage paid. You just stand your ground, Sam. I don't want the advantage. He in turn finds Anderson, does Riley Ferguson, but Pritchard went the early hang on Ferguson and he almost mucked it up.
Yeah, but then Ferguson thought he gave away the free kick for tunnelling, I presume.
Yeah.
Oh, had it all. But did you see the difference there with St Mary's style to St Joseph's style? Like, St Joseph's had a stop-start football to kick to a one-on-one going forward, whereas St Mary's every rebound or every inside 50 has been a switch.
In he comes. Lucas Anderson. Oh, he likes it. Goal umpire's not quite... Has he joined us?
Yeah, really good look at it.
Yeah. Oh, very important goal there to Lucas Anderson. That's St Joseph's fourth. And bridge that little gap to...
8-point game.
Yeah, 4-1-25 to 5-3-33 on the Harvey Norman scoreboard at the 13-minute mark of the second quarter.
I'm tipping the St Mary's coaching staff wouldn't be too happy with that because there were certainly opportunities to defend that going forward. Or coming in their back half.
Well, this is obviously a team structure here. Look, the way St Joe's are all huddling here, just not sure. It hasn't worked so far.
No. Now they got Ferguson coming deep.
Yeah, well,
Jack Blood, his opponent too, which is interesting. Back in the middle, Adams. He saw, I reckon too, he's slow to get up, Reed Adams. I think it's him anyway. He might be got one in the head.
That's a hard bit of the ground there.
Wide. Harry McMahon tries to kick it off the ground. Dreyer, though, was too smart for that.
Wasn't he? Yeah.
Little one over the top, finds Shaggy Dufty. Wheels and goes.
That
was the voice of Kirsch, if you're wondering. Just a real ordinary impersonation. Through the legs of Callagher. McMahon, Damo.
He's got the Kershaw.
Turns it over, finds Riley.
Touched.
Went quickly, must have been
Touched.
touched. Now Tudor just spirals one inside 50. Duncan tries to gather. Jans cops a heavy hit. Garner, handball to an under pressure Harry Benson. Oh! Big hit. That was Welsh who came in late.
And how can you call it ball up straight away? He has. It's under a free kick.
Hickey was smashed.
Oi, Davis
You
here.
can't get dropped like
Now
that.
Jacko's holding his head. Riley
Been dropped
Hall.
here.
Well, he's dropped him after as he's
Here we
Well, it's
go.
got to be a free kick or a report.
We're seeing a card.
It's a free kick
We're
or a
seeing
report.
We're seeing a card. Here it is, Riley Hall.
Riley Hall is off the ground.
dropped him behind
So
play.
surely it's a free kick right in front of us.
Yeah, it will be.
Geordie Duncan, I'd be staying right out of it if I were you.
He did throw a little lefty too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, Jacko Davis's free kick it'll be.
Right in front of goal. He's writing it down. So
It's a report.
and hey, by the way, I wonder whether the cameraman would have got it out of the corner of his camera.
It was just out of shot.
Yeah.
Because I was watching the monitor. And I think it was just out of shot, unfortunately. But may have been caught. We'd have to see it. So has he definitely been reported? You think,
definitely
Kirsch?
reported.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep.
Got reported for striking.
So he's off the ground. Can he be replaced under the new
No.
rules? I'm
No.
confused.
No,
he's
20 minutes, I think.
yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
So that's end of the quarter for him.
Yeah. And this will put it a 2-point game,
This could be the turning point of the game.
surprisingly. But
The umpire just had a long word to Nick Connors too, who I saw Riley Ferguson was heavily into straight after the incident as well.
we've seen over the years St Joseph's do their homework on St Mary's in relation to their undiscipline. We have. And they do.
Connors is still carrying on.
They have done silly things over the years, and
This
This will be interesting after
Yeah,
this
very.
goal, see what they do.
straight through.
that may be a lift they need, or some
Look,
type of.
this is the first
spirit
bit of
lift.
emotion
Yep.
in the St Joey's squad.
Absolutely.
Wow, it takes that sort of stuff.
I think you mentioned earlier, Milky, that you saw the difference in energy between the two
Yeah, yep.
teams, and there'd been none from St Joey's. So maybe there's a little bit of spark there with some spite in the game.
Gee, the old.
But St Mary's have been doing everything right. They don't need.
Yeah,
to
no, that's right. They don't need to get
doing
sucked in that
stuff.
rubbish.
Exactly
They're
right. The way they'll win the game is the way they're playing at the moment. It's a winnable
Heart of
brand.
the footy,
Yep.
getting in first to the footy,
Yep. That's a great game
bottom
plan.
of the pack every time.
They got good method. They're hard at it. That's all they need to do.
So back in the middle, all of a sudden it's a 2-point ball game. Where's that come from? Hovey
On the back of some clearances, I suppose.
bundles it clear.
Bit of spread.
Hickey, Alex finds McCarthy on the chest. Is he within range?
It's his first possession, I reckon.
Yeah, he'd be probably close, mate.
He flew
Yep.
for a hang,
Yep.
and he's been outmarked
That
by
was
Lang
really
a couple
early,
of times.
wasn't it?
Yes, I reckon that's his first possession.
Oh, Lang certainly had a really good first half of the game.
Yep.
And
This to give St Joseph the lead, and this to be just out of character for the game. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So Curtis McCarthy, 12 goals in 5 matches in the red, yellow and black this year.
Couple with the blue and white down at Geelong.
And he
Looks
comes,
good off
it's
the
not
boot.
gonna
tries
make
to hang it back. It has made a distance.
Oh!
McMahon happy to see it over for
Yeah.
a rush behind and goes quickly to Travellini.
Travellini's got it in the back pocket. He's telling him to have a kick it again.
Interesting.
What the hell's that about? I think you could buy that under the new rules. You just get on with
You
it.
can, but I think the umpire still has to sit. I don't know. No, I don't know, Milky.
So it goes straight back to where it was.
I think he got
Travellini
it-
in
I
the
think he-
pocket again.
I think he got it wrong. I'm
Sure.
surprised.
He's probably a bit flabbergasted, this umpire.
Yeah, I'm shocked he got it wrong.
Perplexed.
Yeah.
Here goes the back pocket. Travellini just unloads. Banjanin direction. And also Conway. Ball comes to ground.
Good tackle.
Good tackle on Capron. Loose ball comes out. Oh, gee whiz.
Players going everywhere, aren't they, at the moment?
St Joey's intensity's lift a little bit.
Yep.
And the umpire says, give it to me, we'll have a ball up.
There's always something in these.
Yeah.
No matter where the teams are on the ladder, there's
Yeah.
always just something,
Yep.
which we like.
Yeah, absolutely. And the funny part is they tend to go to school together, this mob.
Yeah.
Because
They all know
Catholics
each
and
other.
all know each other.
Yep. That's it. So
Some
the
of the
stoppage here. Dufty to Riley Ferguson.
Oh!
That went straight through his legs, I reckon.
Yeah. Interesting, wasn't it?
Cleaned, dumped forward, through the middle of the ground. McNamara couldn't gather. Copley just
Nice
burst
play.
through.
Hey. Oh!
He's straight into the waiting arms of Kershaw, who squares it now to Cam Tudor. He's got Dreyer wider still if he
Corridor
wants.
was open.
finds it now. He's still got Haynes in the middle if he wants.
Too late.
Oh, too late.
Yep.
That was,
They should have gone the first one, I think, that shooter one.
Dreyer in short to Alex Hickey, enjoying another good season, the co-captain.
Now, this has been a bit of a theme for them.
Yeah.
They've gone now back 50 metres again, retreated.
Tudor inside his own defensive half. It's
And just kicked to no
interesting ball to Dufty. Garner's on his hammer. This way and that goes Martin Dufty. Handball underground was clever to Ferguson, but they've turned it over if Walters can pick it up cleanly, which he does now. Blood, got a story about him at half-time if you want, Milky.
Oh, I always like those
Welsh
ones.
loops on over the top. Walters again. Gore got his handball just in time. Over the top, Garner. Kick was smothered.
Oh,
But they still got the
numbers
footy here,
everywhere.
St Mary's. Garner, little one over the top, and he finds Matt Copley,
How do they get numbers?
who then goes back in board and finds Travellini.
we
Just
won't have a
poor-
problem with the distance.
Poor defensively there, St Joseph's. Just didn't transition with them.
Yes, just
But again, they've retreated 70,
again,
50 metres.
exactly right. Why they didn't keep, they already had that. Haynes, we saw Haynes on his own. Get it quickly to him.
The switch is fine if you can keep going, but the switch wasn't on.
No, it was
and
blocked
Dufty
off.
turned it over.
St Mary's aware to the fact that St Joey's will switch every time.
Yep.
Travellini is usually a long kick, and this is no exception. Straight through.
They retain the lead, St Mary's. They move to 6-3-39. St Joseph's 5-2-32. 7-point margin here at the 20.5-minute mark of this second quarter. Got a game on our hands, boys.
Yep. Certainly have.
Morrison comes on for Joey's and Bath comes on for St Mary's. Back in the guts, Banjanin and Hovey. It's almost like Hovey needs a hand in there, doesn't it? Because Banjanin and Conway are double teaming him.
They used Anderson, which obviously Anderson's only about 6'2", so...
Yeah. Up they go again. Hovey, I'll give him points on that one. But crashing his way through on that occasion was Garner. Oh, that looked like a shovel out to me. Travellini's in the guts there. Is that him that went to ground? Ball comes out, loose ball. Dufty gets handball, comes back to him, but he's dispossessed. Picked up there by Gore. Goes out wide, bouncing ball, 2-on-1. Hovey is the one. The ball comes back to St Mary's. Oh, good hands there from Welsh. Back to the opposing number 8 in Hovey. Wrapped up in a tackle. Umbosage, you're gone! Not sure he had prior.
Woo. They go quickly. Benson just gets his kick away in time. Long footy inside 50. Good fist from the human glove. Morrison, Sherman caught. Just got his hands clear. Tudor's been pretty good. Clearing kick out of trouble for the time being. Callagher jumped early. No free kick. Geez, pinball. Look at that.
Yeah.
Human pinball. Blow on's the call. Falls to Keris. Callagher up and under footy. Lang stuck an arm up at it. McMahon, Damo. At ground level.
It's a very friendly term. Damo.
McCarthy.
Oh, Macca.
They got runners wide. I think
Oh.
Anderson's down on the wing. Ferguson's got it in the meantime to McCarthy, who just chisels one to Jacko Davis. What can he work here, Jacko?
There's no one home.
Snaps
There's
over
no
the
one
body.
home.
Can it bounce through? Oh! A little bit of World Cup soccer style.
Jeez. It was a clever kick by
Clever
Jacko
kick
Davis
by
in the end,
Jacko
wasn't it?
Davis. Just squared it up and thought, I can't kick it from here, but I'll pop it in the square and hopefully someone can help me out.
I've got to be honest with you, Reezy was never going to take possession of that, was he? He always looked like he was going to
Yeah.
kick that out of mid-air.
Ball, like I said, we have a ball game on our hands. 1 point the difference. St Joseph 6-2-38. St Mary's 6-3-39. 22.5 gone. Second quarter.
Yep. It's going to be interesting to see if it's been a telling 15 minutes for St Joseph's because they've really had to work hard, haven't they, for their
Look at
possessions.
him.
They've had to work
McCarthy's
hard.
hands on his head. So too Dufty.
They've been taken up the ground. They've had to work hard to back. So, yeah, it's going to take a bit out of them, I reckon.
Banjanin smashes it out of there with a fist into the path of McMahon. Oh, and then he dives in the back.
That's a free kick.
Yeah, that's a free. Sorry, that was Walters that gave away the free kick. I'm sorry to get the McMahons in trouble. I'm already in trouble for saying
Macca
that the Catholics and the Jesus Christ and all that sort of stuff.
Oh! Jeez, who kicked that? That
Wow.
was very
Keris, just a little kick off a step to Hovey.
That's
ballsy one-on-one.
Yeah, and it only had to go.
Oh, dear, another one.
Yeah.
Coughed it up.
They've kicked it to 1-on-3.
Benson just swooped in.
Oh,
The barrel!
Big
It's
barrier!
offline. It's offline. I thought it was going through for a minute. Ball in the forward pocket. McNamara under some pressure though. Conway comes in. He's jumped on it. I reckon he might be in trouble.
Jeez.
Have a ball up. 1 point ball game.
There was some poor decision making there, wasn't there, coming in the corridor?
They got away with the first one, Keris to Hovey, and then Hovey just chipped the little shorty too that didn't hit the target.
No, you should have handballed the ruckman.
So we played nearly 24 minutes. 1 point ball game. Wonderful game here between the two arch rivals. Another stoppage here at half forward.
I've always been of the opinion Joey start poorly. But,
Yeah, they do. They have renowned start poorly.
Yeah.
Conway takes it out of the ruck, just kicks towards goal. McNamara happy to see it over for a rush behind.
A few names on the list we haven't called much today, isn't there?
Kershaw to do the kicking out. He goes to Adams. Adams takes the mark in the back pocket. Yeah, there's been a few on both sides.
Yeah, absolutely.
There were a few for Joey's that have got into the game. He gets around the man on the mark, does Adams, then just kicks a big wobbler down towards Conway. Doesn't take the mark. Duncan gets a handball, but it's picked off by Haynes. Once he gets going, boys, look out. The birthday boy.
How clean was that?
Gets it to Keller, puts it out in front of McCarthy. Should mark. On his chest. If you're going to do that, yep. No, they don't work. Oh, they're in your fingers, mate, or on your wrap it up.
Yep.
But it's for St Joseph's, who trail by 2 points. It's at the right end of the ground.
Sun's really out now too, isn't it? Players shielding the eyes. Benjamin rips it out of the ruck. Copley.
Oh, keep your feet.
Caperon lost his footing, and then Copley nearly caught one high. Now Jans
hit the target here with a wobbler.
Just bundled one to
Kelleher.
I think he meant it.
Yeah.
Kelleher goes on his non-preferred left foot. Not sure why.
Why would you do that?
Finds Duncan. Geordie Duncan.
And he knows it too.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
What does he have?
He's played on like he's walked off his line 10 metres, mate.
The Kershaw
and it's a wobbly kick.
Got 2-on-1 here. Can they do it? Dreyer gets it across to Caperon. Gives it across to Palliura's wrapped up by Benson. And umpire's just... What on earth are you running away from the football, son?
Go and ball it up, son.
Go towards the players. What has he got it in reverse for? I never understand that. Shocking away from reverse and the ball's there. What does he think's going to happen? There's two blokes wrapped him up. Anyway, as Holmgren, having not called his name much today, wraps up Benson in a tackle.
They should have done better there, Joey. It was 3v1.
Oh. Good work to St Mary's.
Yep, absolutely.
Dying stages of this second term, 26 and a half gone, 2 point ball game to St Mary's. Garner, strong tackle on the Holmgren, I think it is. Oh, boy. That was hot.
Oh, umpire.
Mary's Holmgren.
He's having a mare, this bloke. This one in particular.
Jared Garner is the recipient. Shielding the eyes from the sun. Not heaps on for him.
We thought it'd be piss and rain today, didn't we?
The Garner just heads down the line. St Joey's there, but no one could collect the mark. Banjanin comes in from the side. And we'll have another ball up.
Wow.
Hovey claimed that mark. He's had a couple of grabs at it.
Interesting.
Up they go. Good jump there from Hovey. Puts it to ground level.
Speed.
Really good work on that occasion. Copley.
Oh.
No, that's right. We've crossed him out. I keep looking down there, so no, it's not him because he's crossed out that bloke. We did. We crossed him out, didn't we? Goes down the line. Second. That's Caperon, was it? Keris.
Kershaw to Keris.
Keris. Comes along. Adams comes in and finds Lang. Should have done more with that forward entry.
Tom Langett, true fullback.
Got the points.
27 and a half gone. Drives it. Looks to be a lot of Joey's players. Over the top is...
what a cracker. Look at Buff.
Fantastic grab. Smallest man in that pack, I reckon.
Absolutely.
And then drives it to half forward. Flies are wanted here too. None doing. Copley lays a strong tackle. Did he get in his back? Geez, Keris came in hard from the side, didn't he? And there's a bit going on here too. Hit Maloney's in there. No surprises. A little bit of push and shove. Doesn't result in anything. So the ball up. About 70 around from home. Ferguson to be first on the scene. He's dumped over the line by Garner, I think it was. Copley, sorry.
Copley, yeah.
I don't reckon he's had a touch, Maloney.
No, he's had a couple that I've remembered, but not heaps.
Very opponent just fixated.
Yeah.
Hovey threw him. He spun him out of the ruck or at front spot there. St Joseph's been around
good front and centre.
Good front and square there by Young. That's the young McMahon, isn't it? Yeah, that's Harry McMahon, and he's kicked it across the face and out of bounds. 28, nearly 29 minutes gone here in this second quarter. 2-point margin, 40 plays 38. St Mary's way. Boundary umpire to throw it in. As far away from us as he could possibly be.
I'll help you out here, Milky. Tossed in for once. Steve's Hobie got rid of Van Shannon. And then did he kick it out in the full?
Yes,
he did. Bit of an unforced error there. He was actually wasn't under as much pressure as he might have thought. Free kick could be taken by Damien McMahon, not Damo. Just slipped out that one.
Yeah. You'll have to tell him that tonight when you're having a beer with him.
Damien McMahon.
No, he called it Damo again.
Kicks to the pocket, thump through. I think that went through for a behind, did it not?
It did.
For a rush behind to St Mary's. 3 points now their lead.
Kick out.
Short.
Another short one.
Kershaw will give you a hand with that one. Milky.
Yeah, that's Kershaw. You can pick your son out no matter if it's shade or whatever's going on down there. Out of side he goes. Holtgren, another. There's a very, very good mark from Welsh, the skipper. Middle of the pack. Jacob Welsh, what are you doing?
They're marking the
goes
ball,
into Banjanan territory, but no, just chopped off on that occasion. Is that the boy again?
That's Hickey.
That's Hickey?
Yep.
The skipper with the shaved head. Big Al comes down the line looking for... Him and
Yes, McCarthy!
That's a cracker. I'm not sure.
That's a Harvey Norman highlight, Milky.
Yes, it certainly is. He comes down the line looking for Holtgren. Fisted away by Hovey. Little kick from Benson over to his teammate there in Gore.
The problem was they didn't need
Gore's
four
it
to
up
fly
back.
then, did they?
30, nearly 31 gone. Surely no one scores from here unless it's St Joey's if they can manage a turnover.
Only if it's a turnover.
Damo McMahon, as we call him now, apparently. Damo's got it in the back pocket.
Damo's only options long.
Yes, he's got
line.
He's
gone
short. Finds his little mate in Benny Morton.
Look, appears the.
He does. Jeez, that's.
That's
on the full.
It's on the full.
It is. It's a bad error.
Give it to Davis.
Right. Jacko's surely just saying, Reece,
Davis.
get out of the way, Reece.
Reece Holtgren, what are you doing?
Reece Holtgren knows he's not going to kick it from there.
Jeez, 31 minutes are gone.
The only one who's going to kick it from there is Jacko Davis. And anyone on the whole ground.
He's holding it up.
That could be
Someone get into the goal square. Who's in there? No one.
Holtgren, what can he do here from right in the boundary on the siren? Won't make it.
Why?
And at half time,
why did he take
we've had it all. Hangers, yellow cards, goals. Fantastic quarter of footy at St Mary's.
Riley back out there too, by the way, boys. I didn't see him come on.
That.
Yep.
So 6-5-41, St Mary's lead at half time over St Joey's 6-2-38. We'll wrap the first half up when we come back in a few minutes. It's St Mary's 6-5 leading St Joey's 6-2 at the main change. Space to just show what we're about.
Well, that's a bit of a mismatch, isn't it? But
the glove.
The glove's got him. Yeah.
Yeah. Caperon's going to go up. Tudor's going to be that +1 in the middle.
Yep.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3.
Yep. There's a spare.
4, 5. So where's their other forward?
There's a spare somewhere. Where is he?
He'll have to be up the other end. So he'll be a +1 at the other end and probably run through.
Yep.
Off the back of the square, which he is.
Yeah. So with that.
So they're huddling again, John, up the other end.
Not sure why they do that.
It's surprising. Because they're actually not influencing the contest when the ball hits the ground, so by coming in off the line.
And if when the balls bounce they all spread, you go, yep, that's a good idea, but they just stand there.
That's right. I'd like to see 6-6-6 in local footy.
Me too.
Sort of stop
that rubbish.
Yep.
Yep. I think it'll only be a matter of time. But I think they've gone, well, that's working so well in the AFL that we'll bring it in here too.
Yep.
Sort this nonsense out. As I just see a wrestle coming off the back of the square. The ball comes out of the square on this occasion. Good pick up there by, that was Cowan rather, picked up by Rees. He's got some time, gives it over to his teammate.
Oh, clever.
Comes Palihurus. Kershaw. Got us to Palihurus. Palihurus puts it up there. Oh, flying for that mark was Holtgren. Couldn't hang on. Goes over his head and a throw in.
I didn't say that biasly, didn't I? I didn't know who it was.
No, the Keris just keeps getting me confused. We're in that 53.
It's his number at Geelong, so I'm actually used to it.
Oh, okay, righto. Fair enough. That might be why he wanted it.
Yeah, probably.
Rees in the pocket, just tries to go round the body with the left foot, and it's smothered, goes straight over the boundary line, and we'll have another throw in. So a 3-point margin.
Slight breeze going down that end, Milky. Just look at those
just
flags,
those flags,
just to the pocket where the ball is.
It's a zephyr, they call that.
Yeah,
Kirsch, a
slight
zephyr.
zephyr.
You heard of that before, Buzz? A zephyr.
Turning up. Tossed in. Ball's at ground level. Geez, the one-handed pick-up from Callagher was clever.
And good smother.
And
Terrific smother.
Ripping smother.
Haynes' kick was smothered. It was a great smother, as you mentioned. How's a pick-up from Callagher, though? Welsh has to be clean. Was to Copley. He's been pretty good this afternoon. His handball wasn't great, though. Welsh nudged off it. No free kick. Cries of ball.
Holding.
Against the St Mary's captain, but got the ball up.
Adam standing out the side, had his hands in the air and just going, what's going on here?
Any chance?
Up they go again. Van Jannen, big swipe at it.
That's that same umpire again with a ruck free kick.
Free kick to Holmgren. So, yeah, interesting. Thought Van Jannen, you're allowed to stand your ground, aren't you, as a ruckman, and just take a swipe. Oh, he handballs across to Tudor.
No.
Tudor unloads and puts it to the top of the square. At the back, Paliuris goes around the body. I reckon he's got it. That just, the poor old St Mary's defenders on that occasion were just not sure what happened.
I'm still a bit confused as to why Holmgren gave it to Tudor, who actually
just bombed
in the worst position because he hadn't beaten the man on the mark.
Yeah.
The man on the mark nearly touched it.
Then went to into the forward, 5 metres out from goal, bounced up, Paliuris on the end of it, goal. So, for the first time for the day, guys, at the 2-minute mark of the third quarter, St Joseph's hit the front.
Indeed.
7-2-44, they lead St Mary's 6-5-41. Back in the guts. Comes out to Rees, he's dispossessed. This time, it is Kirris, goes around the body. At the front of the pack, Damo McMahon gets the handball out to Maloney. His hands back across, to the really good show of pace there from that young. Was that Walters that come out of there? Not quite sure. Hang on, Blood. Oh, Jack Blood. Of course it was. Your mate. You love him. And ball dispossessed again. That looks like McMahon again. Damo.
Play your whistle.
Can't quite tell as he gets up. That is the number 16. Damo McMahon. We don't call him Damien anymore. We call him Damo.
It's his new nickname or pet name.
Yes.
Buzz likes to call him.
Tossed up. Not me. Van Jannen. Socket clear. Sherman will be first there on the scene for St Mary's. Clever handball to Garner.
Oh, look at this.
Left foot ball. Luke Wombath. Oh, no. Through the hands. Conway nudged under it, but Copley swoops on it. Left foot has kicked it.
There's more defence there from St Joseph's.
The lead changes again. So at the 3-minute mark, St Mary's get the lead back. 7-5-47. They lead St Joseph's 7-2-44 on the Harvey Norman scoreboard.
James Hickey's just zoned off his man, got drawn in, a bit of ball watching to the contest, and his man got out the back.
That's a big camera. That's a very big camera.
It's not the first time he's heard it.
So, back in the guts. That huddle still persisting down the St Joseph's forward.
Yep.
Up they go. Hovey jumps early. Van Jannen just grabs it out of the ruck. Goes with the boot. Hickey gives away front spot. Oh! Luke Wombath. What a one-hander. Used his body on James Hickey and just tugged in the one-hander. He's having some sort of game.
He's given James Hickey a bath.
Oh, very good.
That's all I had.
Yeah, that's all you had. That's all right.
That worked.
That did.
Yeah.
It was good. So who's back here? Tudor should be back. I reckon he's got it in him though, Luke Bath. In he comes. Back-to-back goals for St Mary's. It's dropping. It dropped short and rushed over the line. I'll give it to Lukey Bath. I'll give him a point for that one.
You'll get.
I'll give him that one. Come off, hands.
It was a metre out.
So Kershaw goes to Tudor.
Get out of his way.
And again, down goes Tudor, looking for Holmgren. Van Jannen's there. Then gets the bat, roves his own foot. He gets it back, but he only as far as.
Moose Nolan. He's done it again, Moose Nolan.
Free kick to Banjana for being dumped after he got rid of it.
Just retire, son.
Big Banjo.
Big Banjo.
Goes inboard to Sherman. Kirsch is a massive fan of the umpiring. Pritchard swings it wide with that left boot. One of you mark it.
Just want some decent
Lang.
decision making.
Wheels off Fane, steps inside. Nicely done. Lang inside 50 to Conway. Sticks one hand up. Kershaw, clean hands. Now James Hickey being taken for a bath according to Kirsch. Clever mark by Lang. Goes back to Sherman. The umpire's got the lead.
It hit Nolan's fat guts.
Just try and move.
Keris just bundles one down the line. Hall picks it up. Sherman. Zach Sherman chips down the line to Pritchard.
Seriously.
Brady Pritchard off a step in the middle. Dangerous kick. Set Benson a task. Over the top, but Copley
Just panicked.
has the footy now. Lang, can he collect cleanly? He's absolutely dumped. There's a whistle.
Free kick to Hates.
Going the way of Brent Hates.
Yep. Free kick to Hates, and 50 is the call because they didn't return the ball back to him, but
He was his own teammate, wasn't it?
I'm not sure, but they called for 50. Hates goes deep into the pocket. 3 deep. Ball comes out. Handball across to Reese. Got one in the back, I would have thought, but no. Play on, says the umpire. Ball comes out. St Mary's working really well. The big Banjo picks it up. Tries to get him out of trouble. Does so. Puts him into attack, in fact. Kyle Reid gets the footy. Gives it across to Benson. Good smother. And that's Jans, I think, at ground level. And the umpire blows a whistle and says, we will have a ball up. Yes, that is Jans. Gerard.
The really good by. I've been impressed with St Mary's back half today. They've almost rebounded every sort of fluent forward entry.
Plenty of others around this one. Rees is the last man there. We'll have a ball up. 4-point lead to St Mary's.
Can't believe that footy hit him in the guts.
I can.
Been thrown up in front of a really good smattering of supporters. There's a whistle going the way.
Banjo.
Banjanen again. Hovey's got the arms up saying why. Yep. Andrew Banjanen by hand, as he often does.
Confused a lot of people today.
Garner takes a bounce. Kicks towards Bath, who's been a target all day. Wants it out the back, but good mark by Caperon, who squares it immediately. Not a great kick, but Tudor marks down low, who goes quickly to Zach Morrison at half-back. Don't you just usually see him on the run. Kicks to the wing, hangs it up in the air a long time. Hall came in late. McCarthy paddled it forward. Now Dreyer with the footy by hand. Dufty to half forward. Clever kick. Finds Jacko Davis, who takes a tumble.
He's out of the ground.
Gone right over the hoardings.
Pay to get back in.
It's Jacko Davis, I think it is.
He'll walk through the gate, won't he? No, don't go. I would have walked right around the gate and had a bit of a look around.
Can he kick it?
Yep. No.
If anyone can, he can.
Yeah, he's a fair way out.
He's a long way out.
Yeah. Well, we said that at the
grand
final.
Prelim, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Kicked the barrel on the time, or
he'd be outside 50 here comfortably.
Yeah.
And
I reckon Doc's pocket's right on the 50, with the man on the mark's right on the 50, I reckon.
It's going to take everything he has.
Yep. Oh, hello, we can't see. Paul.
Davis goes for it. He's given it a good ride too to the teeth of goal.
Punch through.
Punch through.
It's low percentage.
Yep. But not sure about the structure, whether anyone was calling for it, put themselves in a better position, or did they just say, well, Jacko can have a shot?
Yeah, true, good point.
Travellini coming out from full back, goes in the direction of Banjanen. Good fist away by Jans. Then, just a
errant handball by Holtgren, was it? Yep.
But then he was dumped to the ground. That was no worse than the free kick they paid to Banjanen.
Yeah, good point.
You know, just if you're going to do that stuff, be consistent, and every time it happens, everybody gets a kick.
That's all we ask for. And get out of the way.
Yeah. Get out of the way. Banjanen wins that one down, knocks it down, stacks on, trying to get the footy out. It looks like Ree's in the middle of that. Oh, good tackle, but no, too high, was it?
Yeah, that one was there.
Yep.
So Gore goes quickly to centre half back and Jack Blood, who goes short back to Gore. Been pretty good.
Yeah, for his first game. Yep. Fantastic.
He'd be short of a gallop, you would expect, so been pretty good. Walters now at half back. Loops over the top,
Oh.
dangerous kick, allows Keris to come in and thump it over the boundary line.
Good defence. And smart footy too, I think, rather than trying to take that mark and turn the cause the turnover. He's just said, no, bugger it, let's have a ball in and see how we go from there.
The flags have stopped, Milky.
Yeah, the Zephyr. They turned the motor off in the Zephyr. Buzz, but you know there was a car called a Zephyr, Buzz, do you? No, you don't. You can't. You can get your mic turned on either. I don't know about that.
It's on now.
Yeah.
It's because of this. Sounds like I'm breathing the walls down.
Yeah, well, that obviously, it must be that headset, because that's what happens with Woober. The little Woober boy. Out they go. Tudor surely has a sit here, but Hovey, neither he nor Hovey take the mark. Ball goes over the boundary line and throw in. Centre wing, outer side. 45 plays 48 at 11-minute mark. 3-point margin here in the favour of St Mary's.
Yep. You can see the score on the bottom left of your screen. Thank you to Adsel for those graphics this afternoon. Geez, Conway did a good job, unsurprisingly, with a surname like that. Down to half forward.
It's been
clean bowled them all.
Clean bowled everyone.
Bowled the whole lot.
McCarthy's the first one to pick it up
Look at this,
cleanly.
he's found Dreyer.
That's either a great kick or a bit of luck to Dreyer. On the opposite flank, goes this way and that. Inside 50, the kick was just a little too high for Holcren. It was kept in. Here is Reese again. Paddles it. Davis goes for the miraculous on the left foot.
Oh.
It's right to the teeth of the line. Is there a whistle for
Free
a
kick.
hold? There
This
is.
is a free kick. St Joey's way.
And
In the goal square.
Going to Keris, I think.
Ridden into the ground.
Yep.
And umpire said you can't hang on to him like that.
Yep.
This to take the lead back for the second time for the game.
Put it down.
Oh, you don't miss these ones, surely.
Put it down. You can't miss these, Milky.
Well, I have seen players miss them, but not quite that close. So that St Joey's takes them back to the lead, 8-3-51. They lead St Mary's 7-6-48 at the 12.5-minute mark of this third quarter for Harvey Norman.
That ball literally beat 8 players.
Yeah, it just went boing, 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 boing. Wow.
Surprised it didn't hit Moose, but it missed all them.
Where is he? Oh, he's up this end.
He's having a spell. Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the centre.
Yep.
13 minutes about to tick over. Waiting for the boundaries to get in place. So it's Conway versus Hovey this time. They've given him a fair old work over. Hovey, Joshy boy. He goes back and gets it though. He doesn't stop trying, does he? Kershaw. Handball over the head. Turns out. Keris flicks it across. Anderson just flicks the head. Oh, they've had some luck here. Paliuris goes deep into the pocket. McCarthy.
Oh, that
just
was clever.
Lang again, I think.
Lang, he's had a great game.
Fantastic
Oh,
with
but
that
his
kick.
kick's chopped
Not
off.
good. Ferguson swings in. Takes a mark just outside his range, I reckon.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Riley
Give
Ferguson
him some options, boys. Don't just stand there with your hands in the air.
chips one. Can he find a target? Gee, that was a
Was Lang
big
again.
climb for the spoil by Lang. Connors wrapped up quickly by the great McCarthy, I think. And the ball will be tossed up. What have we lost here, Milky?
Oh, some kids underneath us. I don't know.
No, no. Yeah, you're right.
So
Probably one of Kirsch's tribe.
it'll be tossed up, probably. Rugrats in the forward pocket. McCarthy ripped clean of it. Out of the stoppage, Bath. The bounce defeats him. Tudor will be first there for St Joey's. Couldn't quite gather it cleanly, though. Caperon does. And then finds a
good
path
play.
through. Nicely done. Then drives it to the hot spot. Rees takes a mark on the chest. Brenton Rees. Just outside 50. Can he find anyone? He's got Kershaw wide on the flank, but goes into the pocket. Hangs it up high, and Riley Hall's too good for that.
Kicked it where
And
he
dumps
ran.
it clear.
Yeah, no, that's a silly kick. Silly kick, Brenton.
Well, yeah. It wasn't dangerous, was it?
No.
Actually, easy to defend.
Yep, you pop it in there that high, you give him half a minute to just go bang.
It was a little bit too skinny side, that one.
Ball coming in at ground level. St Mary's defending stoutly. At ground level, comes out to... Was that Rees?
Yep. Just a quick snap.
Quick snap, didn't get there. Ball comes back from St Mary's, puts it in the path. They're calling for the deliberate.
No.
And
like to see that,
nothing done. You just don't know, though, do you? You just don't know. I hate that rule, the deliberate rule. Yeah. I think if it, if it's just black and white, yes. But with these ones that are iffy, you just go, no, benefit of the doubt, surely.
I'd just bring in last touch. Anderson.
Off
a
step.
Lucas Anderson.
Oh, Gary Ablett style out of the ruck. Senior, that is.
Yeah. That's his second goal, by the way, and we haven't called him much, but that was a very important goal.
Yep.
So at the 15.5-minute mark on the Harvey Norman scoreboard, that takes St Joseph's to 9-3-57 to lead. They lead now, St Mary's 7-6-48. Wow, that's the 9-point lead at almost the 16-minute mark of the third quarter. For the first time, St Joey's, you'd say they're certainly, they haven't taken control yet.
No. I'd say St Mary's have been in control, obviously, for 90% of the game.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see how they respond now.
Yep. Tudor just goes in.
my
Keris almost
goodness.
takes a head with him. Haints. Then Bath tries to crash his way through. Ferguson fists it away. Bath again. Gets it to Garner. Garner's got time to steady. Going to Reed. Just takes a really good mark. Just really good use of the body over McNamara and just took a great mark. Good, well set up by...
Good kick by Garner.
Garner, absolutely.
I don't know how he got that much space.
He's been a good target, Kirsch. He hasn't marked a lot today, but he's
a good sized lad, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, as I said to you, Blakes, before the game, who's going to kick the goals for St Mary's? But they've got a target, Buzz. They've got a target.
Oh, boy.
Oh. In he comes, kicks the goal.
And likes his own work too, doesn't he?
Himself the single-handed python.
Cobra.
The cobra.
Kyle Reid, and it's his first goal for the day. So maybe he's been saving that since the first bounce.
He's been practising it by the look of it. But that's not Benny McNamara's go either, that one-on-one type style. He's a come-off, take-your-mark type player.
Yeah.
So he would have felt a bit uncomfortable in that position.
But he's been there all day, so...
I'd like to see him sort of come off a little bit. Maybe Morrison go that deeper one-on-one.
Yeah, that was... Well, you could see what Reid was doing.
Yeah.
And we had perfect view. It was, 15, 20 metres away from us.
He was always going to mark it.
Yep. So, sorry, 9-3-57 St Joey's, 8-6-54 St Mary's at the 17, almost 18-minute mark of this third quarter.
Yep, wonderful contest it is too. Hickey wrapped up. Another gang tackle. Umpire folds the arms this time though. So Kyle Reid just chips the margin back to 3 points for St Mary's. We go again. Hovey gets a good run and jump at this one this time. Another strong tackle next to the cricket pitch. Don't think there's anything doing again.
That was the first one Hovey got a real good jump into him, wasn't it? Looked an aggressive type run at.
20 numbers around this one.
Maybe he's getting tired, Big Banjo.
Here they go again. Give that one to Hovey as well. Jeez, Dennis Sherman somehow got his hands on that one. Morrison read it best, but it got through him.
Oh, they're out here.
They're nearly out if Reid can pick this up, but Hickey was clean, as was Jans. Kershaw goes on the left foot. Hines! In game 100! A Harvey Norman highlight for the milestone man. Paliuris takes a mark at half back and then dances inside old Zach Sherman.
Old Zach Sherman, he will love that. He listens to these two, don't worry about that.
Forward. No mark taken, and we'll have a ball up, I think, eventually.
He's only about 24 or 5, isn't he, Zach Sherman?
I didn't mean age-wise as an old Zach Sherman.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Did you mean old, as in O-L-E? Oh, J.R. Zach Sherman.
Yeah. Ben Jenner just grabs her out of the ruck with the one mitt. Comes back. Oh, Copley, really good tap there over to Garner, who was...
Umpire, just let the game go, son.
Here's Copley, got it back again. Umpire said, no, take it back behind your mark. It wasn't Garner. In fact, it was Pritchard.
They'd have to review their games too, wouldn't they, on this vision? Hope they listen.
Yes. He goes out wide to Benson. Got taking him right to the fence when you were almost in the centre corridor. Just kicks a wobbler in Maloney's direction. He goes rolling over the footy. Who said Banjannon come through to try to kill everybody?
Certainly didn't go the ball.
No. Slapped out of there. Adams throws the thing forward. Picked off here. Anderson kicks it forward to McCarthy. Oh, drops another chest mark. Dreyer gets the ball out wide. That was turnover. Hall gives it across to Travellini. Travellini to Lang. Back to Travellini. Travellini against the fence. Adams waits for it. Maloney doesn't.
Oh, he's hurt.
Kicks it
he's
forward.
Hurt, Reid Adams. Milky.
Kicks it. Yep. The footy's here. Oh, he is in trouble. He's got one. He's got Adam. Got Reid in the goal square. Kyle Reid get back-to-back goals. Bang! And they take back the lead, St Mary's.
He's clutched his leg straight away, Reid Adams.
Not his bad knee, I hope.
Maloney crashed straight into him. And it was a fair contest. Nothing.
Yep.
As you just hope that you hate seeing players out of the game. St Mary's take back the lead, 9-6-60 to St Joseph's 9-3-57 at the 21-minute mark of this third quarter.
As we know, he's just come back from a knee, Rico.
Yep. He's going off the ground. I'm almost certain he'll take no further part. Very, very ginger. Very ginger.
Bad news.
Yeah, we hope the best for him, of course.
Wish him all the best.
He's a very valuable player to this side. Geez, Hovey dominantly then follows up his own work and has a massive air swing. Lucky no one's head was in the way of that. Palliuris bundles one inside 50. Good mark. Is that Lang again?
Lang again.
He's playing on a very good player in Curtis McCarthy, and
he's giving him a bath.
Demolishing him.
Yep.
A player who's good in the air too. So all credit to Tom Lang, who just chips to the pocket and finds Travellini. He's been very good as well.
He has. He's had a good day. As good a day as I've seen him have, Travellini.
Yeah. Another guy's come back from a knee, Rico, the last 12 months. Jesse Travellini plays on, gains a few extra metres to Banjanin.
Good spoil from Hovey.
It was. Welsh comes in hard and gives away a free kick, I reckon.
Nah.
No?
No, I thought it was there. You thought it was there. The man in green did not.
Yep, up they go again. Hovey, the back spot, gives away. Oh, trying to get through with one hand. You can't do that, Garner, because you didn't. How do you dispose of it? That's what I'd like to know, umpire. You're right there. Had one hand pinned, crashed his way through, and was dispossessed. So, therefore, should have been a free kick. We'll do it all again. Up they go. Banjanin stands his ground. Out the back goes the footy. Oh, it comes back to Garner. He just makes you pay. Pritchard on the left. Goes into Luke Bath. But good spoil there by James Hickey. And we'll have another throw in. This time, where's the paint? We're just inside the paint of the St Mary's, who lead by 3 points at the 23-minute mark of this third quarter. And it's just starting to chill off a bit, boys, too.
Yep. Moves Nolan and fill in the hole.
He is. He's in a good spot. He's in a good spot. One down, Garner. Dangerous man around these. Here he is on cue. Well done, Buzz. Quick footy.
Oh, well, give himself a pat in the back. I don't believe it.
Over the boundary.
Heard it all now. I've heard it all.
I just spotted him, Milky. I thought he's in a good spot.
Unbelievable. Well done, Buzz. Spinning ball. And it comes again. Hovey Banjanin wins it, but knocks it to St Joseph's advantage. Off the deck goes Morrison. Riley Hall leads in the race. Good hands. Cross to Travellini. Then goes around the body. A really clever kick. And he finds Dean Gore, who's been very impressive in his first appearance for St Mary's. They'll be happy with him. He just sets it up. Centre half forward. Banjanin is the target. Oh.
Banjo
just got rid of Zach Morrison and took the mark. And he's got his back to the goal. So Big Banjo's having a shot. Get out of the way, boys. This is what I'm here to do. Oh, he's put the ball down.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Big Banjo.
Looks like he knows what he's doing.
Yep.
Yeah, give the handball off, son. You're a ruckman.
Travellini's lurking, look.
Yeah.
Who is a massive kick.
No. What, Dumbo?
Big Dumbo, they call.
Comes in, doesn't make the distance. And Luke Bath! Oh, he's done it again! Luke Bath! Unbelievable! He has had a day out, Luke Bath. He set it up is the call. I don't think there's anything to worry about setting up. He's just going to go around his body. And I'm writing it down. It's already down, boys.
He's going to check side, Kirsch.
Is he? He's a left footer.
There it is.
And that takes the lead out to 9 points. St Mary's Way, 10-6-66. They lead St Joseph 9-3-57. 25 gone in this third quarter.
Well, the 18-minute marker was 9 points St Joseph's Way.
That was just another great fly from Luke Bath. He's had a cracking game.
Oh, Ruckman didn't make the distance from 35. He is so confident.
He was too. Put the mouth guard in the socks, chucked the footy on the ground, did everything, then couldn't kick it 40 metres.
That's why you handball, son.
What another fantastic quarter of footy this.
Yep.
And plenty going on.
A good one.
So, tossed up. St Mary's not done with yet. And Garner, excuse me.
Garner. Well done, Buzz. Wouldn't you say that one?
No,
Garner.
Wasn't well done. Hickey takes the mark. That's where he does his best work out of the front of a stoppage.
Oh.
So James Hickey has Dreyer on. Kirsch says no.
I just don't get this
He's right in front of us.
play.
Yeah.
Paul Dreyer. Got a good view of this from your vantage point watching wherever you are. Paul Dreyer just goes down the line to Holgren, and Duncan, who's had the better of that battle all day, takes the mark and squares it to Gore.
He could have got
He
there.
could have crunched him then. He could have crunched him.
Absolutely could have.
So
There was
Dean
a bit of
Gore,
self-preservation in that, maybe.
the former Adelaide Crow and Geelong Cat, towards Reid. Had a few to beat. McNamara, look out. Jeez, Copley came flying in.
Got that one right, the umpire.
McNamara rightfully a bit nonplussed with that. And get the free kick.
Yep. So McNamara goes to Kershaw. Where's the next one? Had to go straight away.
Yep.
Yep. Where's he go to with the next kick?
It's going to be Hickey.
He's got Hickey, who's made good position for him. Hickey.
Now, this is what I don't want to see them come back to McNamara.
No, Anderson was the go if he'd have gone straight away. Now he's going to pump it down the line, hoping for a mark from Holgren where Riley Hall gets his hands to the footy. Crumbs to Rees, across to Anderson, spears the pass in. Oh, gee, Davis relies on a bad bounce and gets it, gives it back to Ferguson, who's on his wrong foot, into the pocket, finding, who has he found down there?
It's a long way away.
Long way away. Who is it? Hates. It's little Brand Hates.
So the difference with that one, Milky, just that setup in the back half, they had been coming back to McNamara and transferring the pressure deep. The kick down the line's okay if you've got representation, which they did. They had numbers at the fall. It's another kick inside their forward 50. All of a sudden, they're two kicks from their back half, rather than getting caught in their back half and kicking back and getting themselves under pressure.
Brand Hates comes in. Missed. Gets a minor score, and I reckon it is his first score, which is quite unusual for Brand Hates. So the margin back to 8 points in favour of St Mary's, 9-4-58 to 10-6-66.
Wonderful contest, this one.
I just can't see, but I'm guessing it's Travellini is kicking out from full back.
Yeah, looks like him. Long way away, though. No, it was Blood, in fact.
Blood, yep.
Kicks to half back. Anderson flew early, couldn't mark. Kerris lays his tackle. Geez, Holgren comes in. Another ball up.
Been no love lost out here today.
Spot fire.
Still a bit of push and shove.
Maloney put the knee in. Ferguson saw it. Wasn't happy.
Kirsch didn't miss it either.
Didn't miss it.
Tossed up.
It was a little sneaky knee.
And Jannon lost some ground to Anderson. Ball comes out. Geez, someone went flying there.
Oh, he's not even the controlling umpire.
He is miles away and he's called it high.
No, he's called it the other way.
Who's it going to? Looks like Jared Garner.
What? Hang on a second.
Oh,
I'm certain that was a free kick to Paliuris.
It won't have any effect because the three-quarter time siren is here, and it's St Mary's 10-6-66, leading St Joey's 9-4-58. A cracker coming up in the final term.
Now Nolan's trying to be a hero and say something to him. And mate, just umpire the game. That's all your job is.
Oh dear.
Jeez.
So we have a cracker. We have an 8-point margin here at three-quarter time.
Back again. Look.
Who's he talking to?
Mate, your job's to umpire. That's it.
We'll come back for the last quarter, Kirsch, because I was about to say something, but we won't. Eating my ice cream. Shakes her head.
Off
She
she
comes
went.
in way spin the leaves. I can't believe it.
Yep, off she went.
Can't believe it.
Boundary umpires, goal umpires. Yes.
Get
off.
back. Get
them off the ground.
That's it. Don't enjoying the footy.
No.
Maybe get those water boys off the ground too.
We've got the witches' hats sitting on the boundary anyway.
About to start this last quarter.
Speaking of witches' hats, what's Buzz doing?
Good job, Buzz. Up they go.
Here we go.
Banjanen takes it out of the ruck. Then dispossessed.
Oh. I didn't see that was for.
Free kick, Banjanen, because he didn't dispose of it properly. Then he smothers Hovey's kick. Manages to get off the handball. Quick hands to Garner, who's dispossessed by Capron. Ball goes wide. Picked up by Walters. Comes back. Sherman spears it in. Chopped off.
Good mark. Who's that?
I think it was Jacko Davis.
No.
It's Jans.
Jared
Jans, okay, yep. 29, not 23.
No,
it doesn't like it at all.
No.
Now, doesn't hit the target, in trouble, under pressure, 10 metres out from goal from a stupid kick. The umpire pings him.
What? I don't get it. I don't get what, and gives away a 50. I don't get this game style.
Is it 50?
I don't understand it.
James Hickey kicking across face, didn't hit his target, bounced in front of his target, and then gave it away. Reed has now kicked 3 goals.
All from the square.
Has he kicked the last 3 goals?
I think so.
I reckon he might have.
No, he hasn't.
Bath kicked
Bath.
Bath got one, just from there.
Do you know what? It's their own fault.
Yep, that was just stupid football.
But they've done it all day. And they did it last week, and they've done it the week before that.
14-point margin here now. St Joseph's 9-4-58. St Mary's 11-6-72, and it was important for St Joseph's, I believe, to get the first goal. St Mary's have got the first goal. Hovey's kick smothered by Banjanen. He's played some sort of game, Big Banjo.
He has. He's been good, hasn't he? And here he is again on cue.
Yep.
Kick was smothered, though, unfortunately, for he and St Mary's. Geez, good clever mark by Gore. The centre-half back. Dean Gore. Been very impressive. Eye-catching his first game back. Kick towards Benson, who's forced to fly from behind Garner. Here he comes. Maloney couldn't quite. The kick comes out, races on. McCarthy, can he gather? He does. Does a good job of it too. Curtis McCarthy's handball was not his best. Benson caught by Keris, and we'll have a ball up.
Don't know better call it a race. They both seem to be jogging to me. When you said it was a race.
Should have been
a flat out foot race.
Tossed up, Banjanen. Jeez, just does really well. Won his own clearance in the end. Ball tumbles over. It'll come back. Kershaw, little one over the top to Dufty. Good mark. He wants 50. He won't get it. Now Davis is on right in front of us. Here he comes. Little Jacko. Couldn't quite. Lang did a good job coming back with the flight. Haints got his handball clear. Ferguson was caught high.
What are you, Nolan?
Did you miss that, Nolan?
Holgren. Reeves on a standing start.
How does Moose Nolan miss that in front of him? It was 3 metres from him, and he's taken his head off. How does he miss it? Get off. Get him off.
He's looking straight at you. He's looking straight at you. That's
100 years old. You've got to get him off the ground.
That's why how much he's concentrating. He's looking straight at you.
Was he?
Yeah, he was looking straight at you.
You know he had his head ripped off.
Yeah, right in front of us. So we did. It's not as though we thought, we mightn't have got it right. It was right in front of us.
God. Oh, wow.
Free kick to Tudor for out in the full.
Remarkable.
Another whistle here. Just being straightened up.
He's still looking over here, Nolan.
He's probably wondering where it's coming from.
Concentrate on the game, mate.
I don't think he was wrapped with Kirsch. Ball to half forward, finds Keris in front of Zach Sherman.
You'll get another fine.
Can't find me for being a spectator.
Here he comes. Keris, wobbly footy, deep. Lang was up. Ground level, Paliuris. Little fumble, cleared out by Gore. It might fall to Zach Sherman here, goes back with a flight. Couldn't mark. Ball tumbled towards the boundary and out of play.
It must be the St Mary's under 18s over there, surely. Is it? They're having a good yell. That's good. I like seeing that.
They've had a good win today.
Yeah. First loss to St Joey, is that correct?
Yeah, and the Colts. So we're advised.
Yeah. Spinning ball. Big shove there from... Yes. Yeah.
No arguments there.
No argument there. Hovey goes, I kind of might have given that one away.
I kind of couldn't get there.
Banjanen kicks it to Sherman. Sherman decides to come across the face. Finds Lang, been really, really good. Finds Damo. Damo's got it. Half back. Damo, even the teammates call him Damo. That's funny, Buzz. McMahon switches. He's got Big Banjo. Decides to ignore him. Goes to Riley Hall with the buzz cut. Riley Hall has a look
That's
one way.
Bit more than a buzz
Bit more than a buzz cut, isn't it? Yeah, the polished head.
She's a razor job.
Waited at the back there, Dreyer. And it's been pinched by Welsh. They're out here. Across here he goes, the lukewarm bath. Just a little popped it into the pocket. Finds his teammate.
Jeez, he's grown an extra leg in this second half, hasn't he, Kyle Reid?
Yep, certainly has.
So this is for his fourth goal. Did you say kicked 4 second half goals last week?
Kicked 4 in the first quarter last week.
Oh, okay. Oh.
How many kicked for the game?
5.
Yeah, right.
This lined up for goal number 4 now. The margin at the moment, 13 points. This to take it out to 19 and make it really difficult for St Joseph's. In he comes.
Game over, I'm going to call it.
In he comes. Colin Pye has not moved.
Did not move.
Has not moved.
Oh, look at him!
Did he give it?
Going around himself again, double cobra.
Oh, double
in front of him.
Oh, he likes it. He likes a bit of Kyle Reid, doesn't he?
Actually, round 1, I thought, what's he doing on anybody's list? He was very ordinary, if you remember that game.
Was, yeah, playing at full-back.
Yep. But today...
Different story.
Gee,
Could be a match winner today.
Well, he's kicked 4. He's the highest goal kicker on the ground.
Yep.
Then game over, you've just called it, Kirsch.
Well,
12-6-78 to 9-5-59.
Today, isn't it? 19 points?
Just no, it was 20. It was 19 points at quarter time.
Yeah, right.
Up they go again. This time Tudor, who's been moved into the ruck, wins the tap. Knocks it down. Garner tries to crash his way through. So too Welsh. Couple of hard nuts in there for St Mary's. Have a ball up.
Yeah, they need to start winning some clearances. I know it's tough with Banjannon against the makeshift ruckmans, but they certainly do need to start winning the ball around the sauce at the moment.
I just can't get over how Nolan kept looking at you. I thought that was hilarious.
So I'll start. No, neither ruckman got a hand to that one. Gee, someone's ridden into the turf there. Looks like Jack Blood.
Blood, yeah.
I still can't understand how he didn't see it.
Only thing I could think of was he thought he might have ducked into it, maybe. But anyway, Hickey extracts it. Gore again.
Geez, they've been good in the air
good
down
grab.
back,
yep.
Haven't missed much. Dean Gore swings it wide. This guy, for a good player, seems to get off the chain a hell of a lot.
Yep.
Jared Garner. Be putting a little bit more time into him if I was St Joey's.
Just kills him on the spread, doesn't he?
Garner, wobbly kick, not his best. Reid does a good job. Punch from behind against McNamara. Probably should have marked Kirsch.
Yeah, well, he took it a bit too casual, didn't he?
Did look a bit casual, didn't he?
Thought I'll just get this one on the chest and go back and switch 70 metres back.
There's been a few of the St Joe's boys looked a bit casual today, to be honest. Over the back it goes. There's the man Garner, just dispossessed in the tackle. Jans gets it out of there, kicks it towards McCarthy and Hall. Did he get tunnelled? That's what he's playing for. Rees puts it out in front of Hovey, who's been moved forward, and takes the mark against Duncan. Duncan's cribbed a couple of metres, as Hovey points out.
Should be play on.
Yeah, the target.
Look how far inside he's gone.
The target here is Jacko Davis. Is the only one-on-one target. Have a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. St Mary's and Jacko Davis.
Up he goes the man. Rees almost took the chest mark over the back of the pack. Comes out. Sherman just has time to steady. Goes in that Duncan direction. Hovey to contend with. Comes back to Dusty Martin. Oh, smother on Palioris. Comes back to Benson. They're out here. He's got Reid down the line. Takes the mark. Doesn't let him down. Reid plays on. Goes long into the Luke Bath. He's been red hot. What? Bath goes to ground, but he keeps get back to his feet. Oh, does he get a free kick? No, he doesn't. Hands out of there. Along the ground. Trying to pick it up is Anderson. He goes to ground. Lets him back in. Round the body goes Walters. Oh, that's the end of the game if he kicks that. Oh, it was Walters, was it not?
Yep, it was. Yep.
Hickey went to ground again in that contest and took Bath to ground.
So,
gee whiz.
That's up to 20 points, is it not? 12-7-79, 9-5-59. I reckon that's the biggest margin of the day so far, I think. Is it not?
I'll be able to confirm that with you, Milky. Looks like it from what I've got here, mate.
Yep.
Dean Gore made it 32 plays 13 late in the first.
Yep. That's still 19. Yep.
That's still 19, so that was the biggest.
So we have the biggest margin of the game at the moment, at the 9-minute mark of the last quarter. Lost the footy by the look of it. Oh no, he's coming with it now.
It's Kershaw. Plays on from full-back. Drives it long. Jeez, Tudor climbed high. Someone's taken it.
That's Anderson.
Anderson, good grab. Haven't called him much.
We've had some good marks today. I'll give her that.
Some rippers.
Dry.
Anderson's kick isn't great. Pritchard takes a mark and got a clip right around the ears from McCarthy. Should be 50. It's a blatant 50, yep. There we go.
Dumb footy.
That was just the
Pritchard, look at Pritchard. Look where he is. He's already gone.
Oh, and he plays on. He takes the advantage and kicks it. Can you believe that? That's an indictment against St Joey's. They switched off.
And Hall giving him the old clap in the face.
Yeah.
He probably having 2 weeks clapping today.
Oh, jeez, hasn't Kerr salted up?
It all stemmed from that Moose Nolan non-fruit kick down in his pocket.
So that's game over, you reckon? You called it game over at 19 points. It's 26 points now. 13-7-85 St Mary's, 9-5-59 St Joseph. 10.5-minute mark of this last quarter.
Well, they're beating him in all key aspects of the game, so there's no winning area where they can get back into the game.
This from a side that was nearly, had they lost to South Barwon, would not have any hope of making the final, St Mary's.
Yeah.
So Conway wins a tap, knocks it down. Maloney's in there. Throws his opponent on the deck. I reckon that's Hickey. No, that's Paliuris. And umpire says, give it a meet. We'll have a ball up. Nolan's still looking up this way, Curse. There's no one here. And he's looking up here. Yeah, he's looking up at us.
Let's be honest, though. If he's umpiring, that's the best we've got for the best game of the round. We're in trouble.
They might be at Leopold. Paliuris.
They might be at Leopold.
That means there must be 20 of them if this is surely not the
Duncan
best 20.
Emerges with it.
Oh.
Just dumps a right football. Benson being good.
Who really wanted that footy?
Sherman up the chimney. Morrison couldn't mark. The ball beats Kershaw out of play. Just repeating that score, St Mary's 13-7-85 to St Joey's 9-5-59. Thanks to Harvey Norman, we've played 11.5 minutes in the last quarter.
And you can't see the form change from here, to be honest. Benson again goes at it, gets it across, looking for Jack Blood. Eventually goes out in his direction. Dispossessed, the St Joey's player at the bottom of that pack. Gee, they've been hard at the footy, St Mary's.
They've hunted in numbers, haven't they?
Yep, haven't they? Yeah, that was the young boy in Morton at the bottom of that pack. Another. Is that his first game, Morton?
Fourth.
Fourth game, yep. Only a youngster.
Only a young kid, yep.
Conway, he doesn't look that old either. He goes, Paliuris gets it out of there, or was that Hickey? Well, it doesn't really matter because it only goes as far as Gore, who's really done well on debut. Goes back to the St Joseph's player who was wrapped up immediately. May have been Anderson.
Yep.
McNamara.
That was Anderson, yep. Trust your instincts.
Yep. Usually are. They generally are. You forget that blink and you just go, I think that's him. It's getting a bit dark, boys.
It is.
It is. It's gone we've been blessed with the weather, though, today.
Yeah.
Attacking that one hard was Paliuris.
He hasn't been bad for Joey's. He hasn't been too bad.
Haven't got much out of him on the scoreboard. Just the one goal. He kicked 18 this year.
Yeah, he has.
Which is a bit more of a forward role for him this year than years gone. One down. There's a whistle going the way of St Mary's again, going to Conway.
88th free kick for the game.
The big ruckman. Interesting they've gone a double team. A new tact for them, but it seems to be working. Geez, there's a big climb. Couldn't quite see who that was. Walters. Kershaw Streams away. Inside ball to Jans. Kershaw again by hand to Alex Hickey. Funny little handball works to Haints. To the middle of Drew Reserve. Dufty might get there, but Hall beats him to it. Kelleher gathers. Loopy handball back to Alex Hickey.
2-on-1.
But it's all St Mary's. Duncan and Garner. Duncan, can he keep his feet? He does. Garner inside Davis. Short ball isn't his neatest to Sherman. Rees got to clear Kelleher. Now Alex Hickey from the paint. Has he kicked it? Near side for a behind.
Needed that one to have any sniff. Gore has it here. No, he says, no, not my job. Travellini, it's your job. I'll stay out of that.
You'll get it anyway.
No, sorry, it's Lang, not Gore. So Travellini, he will unload with a big bomb. No, he doesn't. Down the line, a placed kick. Oh, Tudor went straight over his hands. Conway gets it on the run. His kick smothered by Hovey. And
he yells out, "I'm cramping."
who's
Tom
yelling
Lake.
it? Yeah?
Out of the bench. Gee, there's a bit going on here with the
under-18s
under
getting
18
stuck
boys.
into Josh Hovey. Tudor out of the ruck, gets a handball away. Over to Keller. His hands down to Davis. What can he do? Hovey dispossessed as he goes to kick it, much to the delight of the St Mary's under-18s.
They've taken a liking to Josh Hovey.
Yep.
Hasn't had his greatest day. Goes without saying.
Yeah, but Featherstone being a big out because he's had to do it all on his own.
He's been important this year too. There's a whistle.
Because Josh Hovey's boots come off, they've stopped the game. You're kidding me, aren't you?
No, I don't know if you can do that, can you?
I don't mind. He is a ruckman.
Yeah.
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 I'd be saying, hang on, I've got dirt on my bootlaces.
Yeah.
Can I clean it off, please?
Yeah, I just want to make sure we're all set up around the ground.
There
properly.
he is. Hovey did win it down. Lang bundled off at Kershaw from the tight angle. Did it get through for a score? No,
Out
it didn't.
the full.
Out in the full. We usually got a pretty good left boot, doesn't he, for
not too
a
bad.
right footer? So Duncan will be the recipient. 15 minutes tick by. 25-point margin to St Mary's. What a win this would be. Duncan just clears it as far as he can. Conway was up early. Couldn't mark. Jans had a little fumble. McMahon beat him to it. Harry McMahon down the line. Finds Reed. They've got runners everywhere. Look at Lukewarm Bath. Just darting inside 50. Here he is.
Look at this.
And they've got him.
He's played
Marks
a
on his chest.
really good game, Lukey Bath.
He really turned James Hickey inside out then, and Hickey was 40 metres off him.
He's just gets in the right places, doesn't he? He's a
Yes.
real traditional
He's
small
a
forward, isn't he?
footballer.
Yep.
Takes his opponent up the ground and then turns him
Beats him
around.
back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Just can't. You got to get a player that can transition really well on him.
He's kicked 12 goals this year, 14 if you include today. He's kicked 2.
He's kicked 2. He's got 3. He won't miss this. I've already written it down. There we go.
He doesn't miss these. He's too good a player to miss these.
Definitely been amongst their best this afternoon, Luke Bath. They've been key to their victory, you would think. He's kicked it.
And that's definite game
That
over
is
now.
100% game over.
100%. It might have been 80% before, but now it's 100. So that takes St Mary's to 14-7-91. They lead St Joseph's 9-6-60. 31-point margin here. And back-to-back losses for St Joseph's. Bit of work to do. Were they getting ahead of themselves?
When was the last time they lost 2 in a row, Kirsch? They don't usually do it.
It'd be quite a while.
Well, they did lose 2 in a row last year in the finals, no?
No, the year they didn't win it, they did. Went out in straight sets.
That was probably the last time, unless there was a couple during the home and aways.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Have to look that up during the week, but they rarely lose 2 in a row,
No,
do
they
they?
do. Yep. Tudor gets a hand to it, but has to no effect. Kershaw in there. Haints gets it across to Ferguson, who started off well. Oh, Damo drops a mark. Rees spins him around, then spins himself around. Bouncing ball. Jacko Davis relying on the bounce, but it's picked off by Geordie Duncan. Bouncing ball out wide. Oh, the glove just goes bing bong, like a pinball machine, off his nose, off the hands. They're calling for a free kick, deliberate, but umpire says, Kershaw's favourite umpire says, throw it in. 31-point margin at the 18-minute mark, Buzz. Good work, Buzz.
It is, always.
Good work, Buzz. I can't believe that come out.
It was.
Oh.
Copley. Look at that. He's played a good game.
Yep.
Through the middle of the ground. McMahon marks. Free kick or mark. Take your pick. Look at Bath again off the chain. Benson will find him. And does. And he'll fancy a goal, I reckon. Didn't even think about passing it, I reckon. Reed went in the early climb. Couldn't mark. He's got that quick acceleration. Just that first few steps he gets on you, Luke Bath. And he's away.
He's looking trim, taut and terrific, the old Luke Warmbath.
Won a couple of flags up in the Northern Territory in between his stints at the club.
St Mary's.
Yeah, St Mary's up in the NT, absolutely.
Flags have won in a couple of years.
Ferguson wrapped up quickly. We'll have another ball up. Look at Big Banjo storming down there.
Yep.
It's easy to run when you're 31 points up.
Yeah, it is. He played a very good game.
He has, the Big Banjo. He's right up there amongst their best.
Yep. He'll be up against Tudor here. Neither ruckman really got a hand to that in the end. Comes out. Kershaw just palmed it to Kerris. Capper on. Tudor's caught. Holding the footy. Great tackle. And it's Walters, I think, will be the recipient of the free kick. Yep.
Just a bit of icing on the cake. Did you hear that?
What?
Well done, Buzz. Weren't you listening?
Well, earlier on.
No, just now. Again. He's I think that Walters, he goes, yeah, well
No,
done.
He's really admiring his work.
Yeah,
You two were just radio silent, trying to figure out who it was. And
I didn't care who it was.
I picked it immediately.
This is...
Kurt's just giving
Kurt's
it.
just cracked the shits. Cracked the shits. And here
I'm
comes Walters.
I'm a neutral caller of the game, but some things bother me in games.
Jack Walters. I thought he kicked one earlier.
I think so.
I thought he got one around the pack. But anyway, it doesn't matter. That's another goal to St Mary's. And they have slammed the roof shut on this. It's more than 15-7, is it not? I thought it was already 15-7, 97. Anyway, that's 37-point margin on the scoreboard. 20 minutes gone. And looking dark from a weather point of view and also dark from a St Joseph's point of view.
42 points last week, 37 this week, currently.
It's been a close game all day, hasn't it? But this last quarter's really blown out. Shooter won the clearance. Geez, Rees was collected, but still took the mark.
Been hard at it, Benson, hasn't he, all day?
Kershaw inside 50 for Hovey, ran under the footy. Copley, geez, little bit of tunnel ball action was nice. Welsh to Duncan. Clearing kick, umpire nearly got in the way. Benson couldn't mark. Geez, Copley was collared.
He saw that
by Kershaw.
He got that one, right?
Yeah, he saw that one.
Hey?
And that one's hard to miss. Copley swings it to Travellini. He's got Garner all by himself. Holcomb couldn't get there in time.
Oh, could he?
Handballs to Gore on the run. Dean Gore down the line. It's the mark taken by Bath. No, it's out in the full, in fact. And Jans is the recipient in front of a good gathering of St Mary's supporters, in fact. A little one over the top to Haints, who isn't their best to be quite right up there, I think. Squares it to McNamara.
Back 30 again.
Little one to Rees.
That's
who
it.
plays
Get it
on
and
immediately.
Haven't seen much of that today, have we? That's
No.
St Rees towards Holgren, who came late. There's a whistle going the way of St Joey's.
Ironic cheers from the
crowd. There was some ironic cheers there, wasn't there?
89th free.
Martin Dufty Martin, whichever way you want it. Kershaw, he's been pretty good. Hung on to it for too long, son. Against a player like Garner.
Just decide what you're going to do, handball or kick.
Yeah. But he can hold his head up, I think, your boy.
Yeah, he's had a good game.
Pounder umpire to throw it back in the dark. 37-point margin here. Tudor hung on to there. No, nothing doing. Umpire was unsighted, I'd suggest.
Yeah, but this guy here calls him from 600
I'm just going to say, he called one earlier from 100 metres away. Why didn't he call that one?
He's in the hole again.
Great spot to just intercept this if he wants.
Yes.
In the perfect position. The runners got in trouble for that last year for standing in the hole. Maloney caught, but was high.
Hang on.
I think.
Free kicks going.
It's going back to the ruck contest, I think. Is it? God. Must be.
Yeah.
Banjanin. There's Travellini running with him.
Damo
McMahon.
Damo.
Through the middle. Finds
Good
Blood. At half forward, Jack Blood. Does he take a bounce? He'll need to soon. Kick was smothered. Rees, can he gather it cleanly? Well tackled. And we'll have a ball up.
23 gone. So, just really, I think I'm like the old past players reunion down there, boys. I'm tipping they've celebrating 30 years on top of the scoreboard there. 30-year reunion. Ball up again. Umpire. What's he doing?
His tutor isn't happy with Banjanin.
Free kick, Garner. Hands off to Travellini. Travellini unloads. Bit of an up the chimney kick. Reckon he's kicked that out in the full. And he has. Free kick to... Pick the glove, Morrison. Where's he going with this? Kicks it long down the line. Looking for McCarthy. He's just shoved out of it by Riley Hall. Gets a free kick.
He does.
Spears it into Rees. Plays on immediately. It's something they should have been doing. Holgren's a target. Doesn't take the mark. Dispossessed. Comes out the back. Finishes up with Gore. Round the body he goes. Bouncing ball. Did he get one high there? The St Mary's boy? No, he didn't. Throw it in, says the umpire.
7 points up, Leopold v. Kolek.
Leopold are up.
Yep, 7 points.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's how well this game's going. We're looking at other games.
Yep, correct.
This one's been a cracker for
3/4.
majority, but really for
There we
Copley found a way through. Check side, bit narrow.
Kick
Would have been a fair goal.
Yeah, would have been a ripper.
Been a good player all day.
Centre. Yep.
Matt Copley too.
Out from full back. Lands in the hands of Kershaw. He's almost the target as they kick out. Goes across the face again. Finds McNamara.
Just back to full back.
Yep, that's where it was a couple of minutes ago. He unloads out the line, finding Tudor. Takes the mark, plays on immediately. Gets around one, has a bounce, a big fella. First bounce for the day, I think, boys, isn't it? He goes in the direction of Kelleher. Takes the mark. Gets it across to Davis, who finds Hickey.
See,
Big Al.
the quicker movement, though, like such a difference. That's the way they play.
Yep.
I know the game's dead and St Mary's are on their feet because they've been so good, but you shouldn't change the way you play.
So Hickey, 38 points the margin. It'll be either 37 or 32 after this, because he's...
What if he kicks it on the full, John?
Oh, you couldn't kick on full from there. He's 25 metres out.
Banjo didn't make the distance from the same.
Alex Hickey comes in. Goal umpire's working and minor score. Big Al's kicked two behinds today. No, not blaming him though.
No. I mean, there's another 36 behinds and they would have won.
Cervellini from the goal square.
Oh,
barrel.
there's a barrel.
Didn't
Hasn't
get
got
it, though.
any of
Didn't
it.
get it.
Well, it's
No.
still gone.
Yeah, he's still got a decent chunk of it. Pritchard was caught, got his kick clear in time. Kershaw did well. Ferguson hasn't been his most prolific day.
he's gone.
Jans, not sure where he was going with that. Up and under ball and finds Geordie Duncan. I wish we had a camera in here on Kersh
Yeah,
today. It would
absolutely.
have been fantastic,
Yeah, it would have been
wouldn't it?
gold.
Might
It
do
would
that for finals, actually. Might invest in one.
Yeah,
That was a
ball.
half
That was
volley.
a bump ball.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
The umpire picked it.
Put your arms up.
McMahon kept running for Travellini. Gee, that's a spearing ball to Sherman. Gets a nice bounce. Inside ball to Conway. Arcs at centre half back. Goes quickly. Got good skills for a big man. Found Walters. Sherman's kept running. He's been good.
It's been good.
And then drives to half forward. Reed was wrestled out of it. Anderson over the top to the co-captain Reece Holgren. Inside, Anderson again. Loops one to Tudor. What was that?
One
Lucky,
on three.
Lucky Tudor, 6'7", otherwise it wouldn't have gone anywhere near him. Travellini, Pritchard.
Oh, how good was that kick?
Nice ball to Ben Maloney. And now Ben Maloney floats one inside 50. McNamara favours him. Handballs to himself, just about. Bath couldn't gather cleanly. Conway to Welsh. Gets inside. Kick from McMahon. Does it stay in just? It did. But not for long. Lane gets it over eventually and the ball out of play.
Wow, a lot of work there for nothing for anyone there. Back and forward, back and forward. It was in that little 50-metre zone that it just kept pinging around. It's big throw-in from the boundary umpire. I like that. Conway's there. So too. Rees, dispossessed. Not going to be him because he goes back. He's got it now. Jans comes back to Rees, puts it out for Hovey to run onto. McCarthy, you could perhaps join in if you wanted to. Decides not to.
I'll leave him.
Flips it back, does Hovey. McCarthy, Riley Hall's tackled, dispossessed. Now it's Kelleher. Comes out the back to Holgren. Takes the mark. Reece Holgren, some 35 metres out, will kick the goal. Will kick the goal.
Caught that early.
No, I'm telling you now. He'll kick the goal.
I say he hits the post.
Oh, good.
Well, if he does, it has to be a low kick.
So Reece Holgren comes in. 35 metres and... What did he do?
He's kicked it, John.
Of course he kicked it. Whew. I went early, I know that. Reece.
First goal for the quarter.
First goal for the quarter. Wow-wee.
St Mary's kicked 5 in that time.
In that time, and it's the 29-minute mark. So they couldn't have left it any longer, could they? 10-7-67 St Joey's. St Mary's 15-8-98. How's the Leopold-Colac game going?
Ooh.
Still in the balance. I'm guessing they'll be in similar position, 29-minute mark.
There'll be some nervous South Bowen people watching these two games because they didn't want St Mary's or Colac to win for their own top 5 chances.
Well, they had to win themselves.
Leopold, excuse me. There's a
There's
final
the siren.
siren goes.
Final score.
That's a bit of a statement by St Mary's. 15-8-98 to St Joey's, who have lost 2 in a row. 10-7-67, and the GFL ladder has another shake-up. Might be a little bit more open than we may have thought a couple of weeks ago, Milky.
Yeah, mate.
Which is great.
Just 2 great quarters of footy. They kicked 5 goals in the first quarter, 5 goals in the last quarter. St Mary's, they really showed that they are a force to be reckoned with. Wouldn't have thought the same as we saw him in round 1 under lights. So remember that. It was a very ordinary performance by St Mary's. You wouldn't think it was the same side. But, gee whiz, it's alive and well, Kirsch. How's our? You found that other game yet?
Yeah, Colac now in front.
Colac are in front. By how much?
9 points.
9 points. It's got to be a similar stage. Just to see Reid Adams walking out there with his knee strapped. It's not a good look.
No,
yeah, we hope he's...
Do we know which knee he did?
Yeah, I think it was his right knee.
Oh, goodness.
He's
No
not,
crutches,
he's not on crutches.
Yeah, and they generally...
Don't let him walk.
No, you don't. You get off your
It
feet,
looks
son.
more of a contact thing.
Yeah, might be bone bruising or something like that.
74-79 South Bowen, 5 points in that game.
Jeez.
Grovey up by 100.
The Swans are just ticking at the moment too.
There is a... Yeah, got scores correct, but I like that. That's a good job, goal umpires. They did a good job. 10-7-67 to 15-8-98. So they're 31 points this week, 48 last week. St Joey's, 2 in a row.
Yep.
Players of the day. Boys, off the top of your head. I know it's a bit of a pop quiz here. Yeah, players. Just you can reel a few off that stood out.
Van Jannen and Bath for me, St Mary's, I thought.
I was really impressed with their back half. I thought Tom Hall and Tom Lang and
Tom Lang
Hall were really good down there, but not just them. I thought their whole back 6 was really impressive. Geordie Duncan was pretty good. I thought they were pretty good down there.
That's the best game of footy I've seen Geordie Duncan play, to be honest.
Yeah.
Without me saying anything, not trying to be nasty or anything, but it's the best game of footy I've seen him play.
But for the winners, they sort of had winners on each line.
Benson was good for him.
Benson's got really good skills. He's probably one of the better foot users in the competition.
And he's got a bit of a hard edge to him as well, doesn't he?
I like him. I reckon he's a really good footballer.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, Zach Sherman, we'll look at the stats and he'll probably racked up a
he
truckload. And
Garner would have had shitloads of it. Yeah.
Lloyd Bath was terrific.
Oh, he was fantastic.
So you go through a whole list and there's an argument for nearly all of them. It'd be really tough for them in there right now to make their best 6, to narrow it down to 6, whereas on the other hand for the losers...
They'll have 3.
There wasn't...
in fact, the coach should make a statement, just put in the best 3, not make up the numbers.
I think your boy wasn't the worst.
No,
I thought
okay.
Haynes kept going.
Yep.
Tudor was decent.
Yep.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, wasn't a heap of winners, was there?
No, there wasn't.
Not at all.
Dufty was okay.
Yeah.
But other than that...
They were just sort of beaten all over the ground by a much better side today.
Absolutely.
So, and St Joseph's were going really well. They've got a lot of work to... It's funny, in 2 weeks of footy, you've got a lot of work to work on, haven't you?
Something I want to bring up, boys, is the blokes coming down to any club from VFL level, whether they give it 100% or not. I'm not certain they do.
No,
there you go.
It's a interesting question, that one, because if you get blokes like Jordan Keris and Jacko McLaughlin that are Joey's boys, it's their club, so they've probably got a little bit more buy-in or investment. It's the other ones that get recruited to clubs on the back off getting a VFL gig at Geelong, so that having a line club like St Joseph's that isn't really their club, so they're getting by each week. I've got to go back to local footy and play.
How have you found it, Kirschman? Because you would have experienced a few of those guys over your time at Werribee and now North.
I have, and it is. Again, it's we get players to clubs like Werribee and they get aligned clubs. So their investment going back to local footy is, I don't want to be at local footy. I want to be playing VFL footy. It's the ones that do go back to their own clubs as juniors where they probably get a little bit more buy-in, I guess, or they get a little bit more out of them.
I just honestly think, though, if you come back and you show everyone that this is where you belong, I'm better than this, but by not having a crack, you don't. You don't. Oh, just had a photo of Matt Kershaw shown to us the day he was on national television.
Yeah, thanks for that, mate.
Gold, absolute gold. taken by a person who took a photo of his TV screen. That's fantastic.
It's a little worrying, isn't it? To be honest.
Rabbit
cooking, but
I'm not sure there'll be too many listening anymore.
They certainly threw off our serious conversation about players coming back from.
No, but I just reckon no matter where you're footy, if you're on the verge of playing VFL footy, if you go back to a club where no matter your home club or any club, if you don't have a crack, surely someone from the AFL, the VFL is looking at you and going, not sure about him anymore.
And I guess that's the thing. I know us at North Melbourne, we don't actually view any of the players' games that go back to local footy, whereas Werribee they did. Different clubs, so one's standalone, one's an AFL club. So, our interest or importance is the AFL listed players. So, whereas Werribee, your VFL listed players who went back to local clubs, there was someone who was in charge of watching, getting the feedback from the local coaches, and getting all that information. So you've got VFL levels, different levels, I suppose. I don't know what Geelong do, but I'm tipping it to be similar to North Melbourne.
Anyway, St Mary's way too good, and I think your mate, who kept looking at this truck, just kept looking over here. I reckon that's the highlight of my day. Well, that is the highlight of my day.
I might hear about that on Monday.
I'm tipping you will, absolutely. Yeah. All right. But as Kirsch said, we're doing this for nothing, so he can go and jump off a pier.
Oh, no, he can't.
Well, we anyway. It's another story.
You call it as a commentator.
Yeah, and he was closer than we were, and we saw it as clear as day, and yet he didn't pay it. Anyway,
it was 88 of them.
Yeah, that's right. End of the day. Time for a beer. Oh, I'm not having a beer. I'm off the booze.
No, you're off.
What?
Off the booze till August.
Wash your mouth out.
I'm off the booze till August the 10th. Till I run the
dry July.
Rip to River. Rip to River. That's City to Surf, rather. The City to Surf. I'm doing the run in Sydney. So
states, aren't they?
So I'm looking a bit like one of the umpires out there today. So I've got to get myself in a bit of nick.
You're in a lot better nick than Moose Nolan, I can tell you.
Again, see, I'll let him straight into it, Buzz. I'll let him straight into it.
Load the bullet.
Yeah, that's it. See you in a couple of weeks. I reckon the next time we're back, Kirsch, hope you can make it.
Joey's
in Newtown.
Oh, right,
hope you can make that one.
Yeah, same.
Because hopefully Moose will be doing that game too. That'll be just entertaining.
No, they've got to send the best umpires to the best games, surely. That's all we ask for.
Yep. Time to pack up. Been good fun. Good on you, Buzz. Good work. Thanks, everybody.